almost there. Were you together?
We were high school sweethearts, so yes, about 35 years ago. And we just recently saw each other.
You people who went to high school are always bragging. Let's just see here. Well, I'll shuffle them up, and let's see. If the cards are simpatico with you, you'll be getting cups, and cups are emotional. Oh, good God, there's the Ace of Cups, you see? And just as soon enough, affairs of the heart, and that's the first one. The aces are beginnings, so it looks very good. The Knight of Cups is here, too. That is also the beginning. Now, but there's a difference. The Aces of Cups, the aces are kind of theoretical. So there's a potential here for a nice relationship because of the Ace of Cups. The Knight of Cups is more practical, that there will be a new relationship, because knights are on horseback and they can jump around like on a chessboard. They'll move in odd ways, and that's a something new that begins, and you're not sure about it, but it's there. It's still just a beginning, but it isn't as theoretical as the ace. It's more practical. The court cards go from the knight to the queen to the king to the page, and they get more solid each time they go along. The next card is the Six of Rods, which is a card of success and triumph. And then there's the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups. Four of Cups is interesting. The Four of Cups it shows a hand coming out of a cloud offering you a cup, meaning something unexpected is going to happen in terms of a relationship. Which means this person, Scott, you said the name was, he may be thinking about you, may be thinking that way, but not showing it yet. But these are very good indications. These are really good indications. I want to ask. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. He indicates that he was too hurt in the past, and he is.
Yes, that's what I wanted to ask you. That is precisely what I was about to ask you about, because the card I have is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords shows a heart pierced by swords, and the heart is crying. So I was going to ask you if this person had recently been in a relationship that didn't work out. Because right now what I'm seeing with this person is that he's hurt. There may have been a divorce. There was a breakup. The thing is, if somebody asked me about the state of a nation and I got this card, it would indicate civil war, that kind of thing. So yes. So the funny thing is, just as you were saying that, I was about to ask you if he had a breakup recently, because he's really feeling gun shy about all of this stuff, because he's been very hurt. This is wonderful. You're right in tune with these cards. This is very good.
Yes.
Now,
is it
the next
take
card
him
I
a
have.
while to move? I'm sorry. Is it going to take him a while to move forward?
Well, it's going to happen. Let me put it that way, because the card I have here is the Page of Cups. Remember I told you about the court cards go from the knight to the queen to the king to the page, and each time it gets more solid and real. And the page is the one where it's here, it's happening. And that's the card I just got for you. So it will happen, but it's the page is a child. The page is a baby. Baby steps, you see, but it's coming. And now I have the Ten of Cups here. Boy, these I said the cup cards would show up, right? The Ten of Cups is a great, happy, and wonderful relationship. So it's going to move in that direction, but it's going to take a bit of baby steps and a bit of nurturing. But it's worth pursuing, because the cards show me that this will be successful for both of you.
Oh, great.
Overall, right now he's hurting. He's still hurting. But something, this is where the old expression comes from. It's in the cards, and there is a relationship in the cards for the both of you. And if you both work at it, it will work out well, because there isn't a bad card here. He just needs to. Oh well, here you go. This is not to say that this is going to happen in the immediate future, but it is going to happen. It's the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is an ugly-looking card where it shows a person lying face down in the mud with 10 swords in his back. But what that really means is the worst is over. And that person will get up. That person will get up, and start again. So when he's getting closer to that point, but not yet. It's going to be a while.
Okay.
But you'll know.
When you say a while, a year, 2 years, or when you say a while, is it more months?
No, I don't think it'll be that long. If it was that long, I wouldn't be seeing it here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But it's going to be. Here's the Five of Rods. That's about stiff competition. Not terrible fighting, but stiff competition. And that competition in this case is going to be what the other people did to him in the past. You got to overcome that. And I think you'll know how to, I think there's a way that you'll see, because then I got the Four of Rods. That means a happy home. So you see what I'm getting, like the cards are showing difficulties, but a good outcome. Good outcomes make difficulties go away. You know that. I mean, it's worth it. So
great.
So give it a shot, because these are highly positive cards, but my mind is blown, because I was going to ask you if he had been hurt recently when you mentioned that he had been, all because of that card. Look at the Three of Cups, go online, Three of Cups, the Three of Swords. Look online at the Three of Swords sometime, and you'll see the various drawings for that card, and they almost all include a heart that is pierced by swords, and it's crying. There's not blood coming out of it. There's tears.
Yeah.
And that's the only obstacle you got right now. Oh, look, I've got the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card known as the High Priest in some decks. That's a card of religious conformity, and it's, when people ask about relationships, that card is an augur of marriage.
Ooh, okay, awesome.
So you see what I mean? It's going up and down, up and down. These are the potentials. This is but it's a very strong potential. But you just got to let him get to that point where he realizes that the worst is over, and it's time to start over again. Okay, great. Thank you. That's awesome reading. Can I ask you just a personal question, just out of curiosity? You don't have to answer. Are you guys pretty young? Or not? No, we're not. Okay. I'm in my mid-50s, and he's a year older than me. Yep. Okay. Well, let me tell you. To me, mid-50s is kind of young, but yeah. No, that's good then, because I think that works in your favor, because it's not like it's going to be like puppy love, right? You know what I mean? Where right. You're adults, totally you're grown-ups. Yeah, so it's a total different relationship this time around. Yeah, and you've been through a lot in life, so this is probably why the cards are very good for you. So I keep me posted on this. I'd love to know what's going on, and I can send you some hints magically for kind of moving things along if they take too long. In my email, I can be found through Ask One Radio or Reverend Elliot's Magical Window, my website. I'm very easy to find. You could just Google Reverend Elliot's Magical Window, and you'll get in touch with me. My email is asktarot@earthlink.net, but you can find me. It's easy to find me, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, great. I will definitely email you. Thank you so much. This has been such a great reading. Yeah, things look good. Things look very good, but you've got a little work cut out for you. That's all. But a little work doesn't scare you. I can tell. Hey, thanks for calling. No, he's a little bit stubborn, but it's worth it. Thank you. Well, thank you. Bye now. And let's see, we'll shuffle up the cards, and hey, we'll go to Carla in New Orleans. I've spent most of my life wanting to go to New Orleans. Well, we got a dial tone anyway. I love those New Orleans dial tones, right? They all sound like Louis Armstrong to me, or Chicago jazz. I have an album by Sweet Emma, signed by Sweet Emma. I'm sure she's long gone, but wow, I've been wanting to make it to New Orleans since the 1970s. I'm a total New Yorker, For me to go to Central Park is I guess, to use the New York vernacular, a schlep. But I've been places. You know, I went to Los Angeles a few years back, and all I met was New Yorkers. So why bother traveling? Carla in New Orleans, you there with me?
I am. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Beautiful. What can I look at for you?
I was just wondering, do you have any messages from my late husband?
Well, let's take a look. That's fascinating because while I was shuffling them, a card fell out of the deck. And one of the things that we pay attention to when we do readings is a card that falls out of the deck. And this one is the Page of Rods. Forget the meaning of the card. The symbolism of the card is what's interesting. This is the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck, and with, the Page of Rods shows a young guy with his hand to his up to his mouth, calling out to somebody. So yeah, you know, that tells me a message is coming, right? So let's see what we get here. Okay, this is a card I get quite frequently. These are cards I get almost all the time doing afterlife readings, and it's just, it's really weird because these exact cards that I'm getting now are cards that I get quite a lot. First of all, the first one I got is the Page of Rods that shows a person calling out a message to somebody. So that's the answer to your question. Yeah, this is going to be a message. The first is the Three of Swords. That's a card of sadness. I just had that earlier for the prior reading in a completely different context, because it's sad when somebody close to us we lose. It's sad for us. It's sad for that person too. It's sad. The next card is the Ten of Swords, and that is a card that indicates that the troubles are over for this spirit. And then there's the Sun card, which is a card of healing and growth and health and light. And that's followed by Temperance, which means balance is restored. So this is a message that I get very frequently, which is, I interpret as it's saying, I know that this is sad that I'm gone. However, I am growing. I am my soul is finding balance and peace and growth and healing. And that's the message. Was this a terribly hard passing?
It was surprising, you know.
Yes.
The illness that came on, yeah. That's comforting to know that he's finding peace and his healing, you know.
This is exactly what it's saying, which is saying that I'm healing, and there's growth, and there's health and happiness and balance, and because the pain is there. The pain of leaving, it was like, it's a shock. You know, it was sudden for you and for the person who passed. Nobody expected this, and it was the message that I'm getting, which I find is fascinating, because it began with that. You asked if there's a message, and it began with that card that shows a person shouting out to somebody. Is that yes, I'm doing okay. My spirit is growing and healing. Okay.
Well, great. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, it's just so strange to me since I started doing these kind of readings, how often I get those exact cards. And it's kind of a comforting thing as I get up there in years, you know, to know that these messages are coming through like that. It's changed my attitude towards everything. Let me see if I can find one thing that is like an overall message. Well, this is the Hermit card holding a light, and which guides people. That's telling me that this person is watching over you a bit. Well, that doesn't happen for too long, but it does happen sometimes. But this person is still attached to you and still cares for you and is watching, and watching, not spying, if you know, but watching over you, has concerns about you being well. So that's good.
Okay.
So
that is.
So these are fine. Yeah. I'll send some positive energy your way. I'm going to light a white candle to send positive energy towards the spirit and to you. How's that?
That sounds great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Bye-bye now. And let's see. shuffle up the cards. It's a funny thing because I was reading tarot for years before doing this show on Ask One Radio. Then I was just doing readings for individuals one-on-one. I never did it like this in a mass media kind of setting until it's been over 10 years now that I'm doing this, Ask One Radio. And I never, ever, ever even considered afterlife readings. But somebody asked me to do it once, and I said, I made a deal. I said, I'll do it, but I'm going to need to see some cards that indicate that, I don't want to just spread some cards out and then impose a meaning on them, which is, for all I know, is what I'm doing anyway. But I don't think so, because the cards, like with the romance question that we had earlier, the cards can be so right on the money that it's a little scary. But I decided that I wanted to see a message come through with a verification, so that's why if the death card is there, or the judgment card, or I'm drawing a blank now because I get this. I get like this, any card that indicates the afterlife kind of thing, the high priestess, which is the person who can see behind the veil. Then I'll take that as meaning that there is a message coming in, and I'll read from there. So that's what we got, and I've been doing that ever since. I've never done that before. See if we can get another reading in here. Karen in Yakima, Washington. Hi, you're on with Reverend Elliot.
Hi, Elliot.
Hi, did I pronounce that right, Yakima?
Yes.
Because I know that the great stuntman Yakima Canute was from your neck of the woods. Is he forgotten these days? He did some of the great movie stunts. And his son was Charlton Heston's double in all of his movies.
To the younger generation, yes, but not to me.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah, so that's how I know it's not Yakima, or, I remember seeing Yakima Canute, the great second unit director and stuntman. So, listen, we got a few minutes left here. What can I look at for you?
I'm looking at my money situation.
Oh, well, that's easy. It's worth less now than it was a month ago, right? Let's see what
pretty low.
We're all taking a hit now. Let's see what we get here. Well, you've lost some money. That's the Five of Cups, which is a partial loss, but it's not as bad as you might have thought. That's the first thing I'm seeing. The Four of Coins. Coins are money. The Four of Coins, I don't think you need this. It's advising you to be hang on to what you've got. You know what I mean? To be very frugal, even to the point where people might think of you as being cheap. But I don't think that's going to be a problem in this day, because we're all doing that. Then I have the Two of Coins. That's about a person who knows how to juggle money and make money work. And then the Ten of Coins. Yeah, so these cards they are about money, all of these. The Ten of Coins, it means it's going to work out okay. You're going to come out fine. It's perfection with it. There's the Queen of Coins. That's the person who knows how to handle money. There's a potential of more money appearing in your life. It's telling me that you'll be able to marshal the funds that you've got. That's the Four of Coins shows that you're very careful. The Two of Coins knows you know how to balance the money and juggle the money and even get money to work for you if you need to. The Ten of Coins tells me that there will be plenty of money when you need it. And the Queen of Coins tells me that you know what to do with it when you've got it. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, I'm just dreaming about the day where I don't have to juggle.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Trust me, I'm with you there. That's for sure. But at least you know how to do it. That's what counts. And that's better than some people who are just. I've known people who don't have a clue what they're doing. With money, they just don't get it. They don't know how it works or where it comes from or anything. So you're ahead of the game, but you're going to be doing okay. That Ten of Coins is very good. That's a really positive card. Oh, here's the Knight of Coins. Again, that indicates money coming. But it's an up and down situation. It's very volatile. I've got to run. I've got like a minute and a half to go. But it'll be a volatile situation money-wise for you in the coming months, but you can handle it. How's that?
Thank you, Elliot.
My pleasure. Bye-bye now. And that's it. Come to the end of my first show in 27 years. Well, not really, but it sure felt like that. Man, I really miss you guys. Please don't think that I cut out for any bizarre reasons other than ill health or technology, because I love doing this. I would do this every night if I could, but I can't. And that's the name of that tune. But we've got some changes coming up. I've been doing some planning while I took this enforced vacation while the computer was in the shop. And we got some surprises coming up, some things we're working on to improve Reverend Elliot's magical window. So I will see you again next week at 11 Eastern, 11 Eastern, 10 Central, 9 Mountain, and 8 Pacific. See, I almost forgot how to say that. And we will go through the deck of cards and see what they tell us about our lives. If you want to get in touch with me, check out magic-works.com, magic-works.com. And till we see you again, remember, what you are is the universe's gift to you, and what you become, what you make yourself, is your gift back to the universe. See you next week.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Spiritual Connections with Psychic Medium Cindy. Psychic Medium Cindy. Live from Facebook.com/Psychic Cindy. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page. Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Spiritual Connection on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. It's great to be here tonight on this magical day of the 888 Lionsgate portal, which I know everybody's been talking about for weeks now, because it did actually open up in the end of July, but today's the day. Today's the height of it all. Today's the day where everything cosmically is going to start to open up for us. And really the day to start with your manifestation. And when I think of manifestations, a lot of times people talk about, they talk about finances, which is great. Maybe you need a new job, maybe you need more money, but also don't forget about, abundance of love, like bringing in happy, healthy relationships with, family and friends and a romantic partner. Also, think about healing. Is there something that you need to heal? You need some help with that. This is the great day to do that, to ask for that in your manifestation. Say, I need the spirit world to help me with healing. Maybe physically you need some healing. So ask for that too. Ask them for help. Put out all the manifestations that you want. You can write them down. You can just say them out loud. You can just, have them in your thoughts. But there's two important things to remember when you're doing your manifestations. And one is about emotion. It's not about just writing it down. It's about feeling it. Like, how would I feel if I was pain-free, if you were asking for healing? How would I feel if I had love in my life or money, financial freedom? What would that feel like for me? So think about those things. And then also remember, just because you put them out today doesn't mean that they're going to come tomorrow. So everything happens in divine timing. And we talk about that a lot in the spirit world. And that's because everything has to be aligned perfectly for everybody in the situation in order for it to come true, right? So you might be manifesting something, for me, a love to come in your life, but that love is just not ready because that person needs to do their healing. And when everything comes in alignment, then you will meet and come together. It'll all make sense to you, because it always does once the spirit world brings it in. So that is my spiel today about the 888 portal. So I do want you to, think about that today and really write those things down. While we wait for a caller, let's just pull a few, let's pull some soul lesson cards, because you never know what they're going to tell us. And then, it just feels like a really spiritual, soulful day here on the planet Earth. So what do they want us to know? Oh, that's so interesting. Okay, so, all right, you know what? Let's look at it as some more things, maybe some more ideas when it comes to manifesting. So, of course, the first one that pops out is health, and I did talk about that. So, talk about your, I will honor the physical vessel and I will celebrate my soul. So, and that's beautiful too, because, health is mind, body, and soul, right? And getting everything in alignment is another great thing to ask for today. The other card that came out is pride. And along with it came self-esteem. And I really feel that those two cards really come together, because there's times when, we just are not proud of ourselves and we don't give ourselves enough credit for how far we've come and, all the things that we did. And, there's days you just have to pat yourself on the back and be like, you know what, I've made it. I made it this far. So you're doing good, with all the chaos and all the craziness that you've lived through so far, you've made it. So you should be proud of yourself. So, remember, the other thing with the manifestations is always be grateful to the spirit world, because they are always here to help us. They're always here for us, not doing things to us to hurt us. So just remember that. But yeah, so we have Manda
Hi.
in Tucson, Arizona. Hi, how are you? Tucson. Sorry, geez, I read that.
Hi.
Tucson, Arizona. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Good. What can I do for you this evening?
I was actually hoping for maybe a reading. My sister died in February, and I don't know.
Did you say your husband passed away?
My sister, my older sister.
Sister passed away. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, great. All right. So, well, I'm really sorry to hear that. That happened in February?
Yeah, it's been really hard. She was my best friend.
Oh, absolutely. That's really not that far away from now either. So, you're still in your height of healing, and that's completely understandable. So, have patience with yourself, because you're not supposed to just heal, super quick over a loss like that. But I will definitely bring her in for you. She should be fairly settled at this point. Did she have like a fairly long illness that was
Yes.
took her? Okay.
It was diabetes and health issues. Yeah.
Yeah. So which led to like her deterioration. Yeah. Okay. Messages for you. Okay, she's telling me there's a lot of gratitude coming out. So I feel that you were a caregiver to her at the end of her life, or with her a lot at the end of her life.
No, not really. We had been fighting, so we didn't talk for 2 years. It was the longest time. But before,
but you were close though. There was a time when you were, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very.
Okay. Very. Oh, that's really okay. I'm sorry to hear that. That's really unfortunate. So what's really interesting is that normally when they tell me the word gratitude, when that word comes out, it is usually, in my experience, it's usually about like the end of their life and that person, you being close to that person at that time. But I think for what she's trying to say to me is that the gratitude she has is that all has been forgiven, right? Because I feel that you're mourning her death, but I feel that you've forgiven any of these conflicts that you guys had, right?
Yeah.
And of course she has too. So I think that's where the gratitude comes from. I think the other part of this gratitude is actually her grateful for you being in her life, because you were really close. There was a time when you were really close, which is really beautiful. But of course, we have to pull some cards for her. But
I appreciate that.
She, my head hurts quite a bit, so I'm feeling that at the end of her life, she was either really well medicated or she was having like a lot of headaches. Not that that's helps you, but it sort of just kind of confirms to me that I have your sister here.
Yeah.
Let's see what messages she has. Was she kind of estranged from like other people in the family too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I feel she's gone from gratitude to like regret, and she's telling me, it's not just you, as in her sister, but there's others too. So her message for, if you can get this message to the other loved ones, would be, that she's sorry that it kind of ended the way it did, but that she's grateful for all of you being in her life. She just didn't realize it when she was here. Does that make sense?
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So, and it's beautiful because the first card that I pull out for her as a message for you is the abundance card. And normally, like if I was doing a different type of reading, this would be like a psychic reading. This would just be about abundance and things coming into your life. But the beautiful thing about this card is that it's bright red, and bright red is all about love. And that's exactly how I feel for her, from her, is that I feel all of this love that she has for all of you guys, and that she did have, but she's just like circumstances, she wasn't able to show it, or she wasn't able to, get over things maybe as quickly as she should have. So her next message for you is courage. So, which is a beautiful card. I find the inner strength to face my fear with confidence. So the courage card is always a beautiful card in the spirit world, because it always means that you have all the courage and all the strength and all the ability to get through anything that you have, anything that comes your way, basically, in your life. So she's just reinforcing that for you, right? That you have it, and you're braver than you think, is what she's clearly saying to me. You're braver than you think. So, keep going. You have the courage. You have everything within you. Just don't give up. And your healing is going to come. You have the guilt card did come out, which can be her guilt about the things that have happened and how things ended, which, obviously she didn't want. But that's over now. And there, on the other side, there's no guilt. It's all love, right? So everything is forgotten. Everything is beautiful and good for her now. And now it's time for you to bring some balance into your life. Okay. So, and this is a beautiful message, because this is directly for you. Like I bring a state of perfect harmony into the world, and I do so without judgment. So don't judge yourself. Don't focus so much on the past. Just know how much she loves you, and all your family. Please tell them, because she keeps saying that. And make sure that you have balance in your life. Make sure that you eat well, you get enough sleep, you do all your self-care, and you remember the good times. Don't worry about the bad times. Focus on the good times. Because this is clearly the message that she has for you. She's a beautiful soul, and now that she's on the other side and all is lost and forgotten, now is the time to reach out for her. It is the 880 portal, and she has all the ability to help you. She can help you heal, to help you bring in your manifestations. So just ask her. The one rule of the spirit world, you have to ask them to come in and help. So please do that, Amanda. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much for allowing me to bring in your sister. She is a beautiful soul, and so are you. So please take care. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you everybody for joining me tonight. And it was a great reading there for Amanda. She's a beautiful sister. So, and I wish you all the best 888 portal from now until the 12th of August. Just write down those manifestations and watch them come in. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Medicine for Your Spirit with Raylene Byrne. Raylene Byrne. Live from RayleneByrne.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Medicine for Your Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Namaste, everybody. Big hugs and love from my end of the world. This is Raylene Byrne, Medicine for Your Spirit. Boy, are we in for a big month. Oh my goodness, it's already started. We've got the full moon at the start of this month, which we've just had. We've got a full moon at the end of the month, so we've got these bookends. And there's a lot of watery energy around this month with the sign of Leo, which is fire. There's air, fire, water. A lot of emotional purging, a lot of stuff coming up for people to really finally make peace with or finally let go of. So I would just advise people, there's a couple of things I've been telling people in my world, and that is practice kindness, practice patience, and practice mindfulness this month. And if that's really hard, practice silence. Just really pull your energy in. So this morning, I went for a walk on my beach, and I was having a conversation with someone around being selfish. Not accusation, it was just a conversation. And it was really interesting because there's so much judgment around the inverted commas, the term of selfish, being selfish, acting selfishly. So when I sat and thought about it afterwards, I'm really in this place of, is it selfish to honour ourselves? Is it selfish to think for yourself and do what feels right for you? Is it selfish to follow through with actions that are meaningful for you? It doesn't mean that we're pushing things away, and it doesn't mean that we are excluding things, and it doesn't mean that we don't care. But right now, we've got to start looking at how we honour ourselves. We're going through a lot of growth at the moment, a lot of transformation, and a lot of healing. So we need to start taking the word selfish out of our vocabulary and start looking at how we're honouring ourselves and how other people are honouring themselves, and what it's like to choose to think for yourself. You know, in the recent times we've had when people have been thinking for themselves, one of the accusations that would be made was, well, you're being selfish. If you don't do that, you're being selfish. And really, I'm choosing something for myself. I'm not being selfish. I'm doing what feels right for me. So I just want to throw that out there for you to have a think about and look at what's going on with other people in your life that you might think are being selfish in their day-to-day activities, and look at if you're judging it from your lens, because we don't often know what others are going through that create the actions and the choices and the decisions they make. So my thing this month for everyone is what I just said. Take care of yourselves. Be kind, be gentle, be mindful. And if you can't be that, if it's too hard, be silent. And honour yourself and really focus in on what you're needing, where you're putting your energy this month with all the big changes and all the big disruptions and all the big chaos that's coming in and around this month. Don't be seduced into the chaos. Allow the chaos to be itself and bring your energy back into where you're at, what you're working on for yourself, where you need to be, what choices and decisions you need to make, and how to elevate your own energy. So that's maybe a little bit of medicine for your spirit for this month. Now I have a caller from California. Sorry if I've got the name wrong. Is it Lauren? Lauren.
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How can I help? Be of assistance, guidance, support? What do you need?
So my best friend passed. I just found out a week ago. and I'm just having a really hard time with his passing.
So what are you asking me?
I'd like to know how exactly he passed and if he has any messages for me. Let's start there.
Okay. So I'm going to be honest, and I've said this once before in a call, I don't do mediumship stuff. I believe very strongly that there are people out there who do mediumship and talk to, connect with those on the other side. I come from a place where I believe that we are connected to everything and everyone, either in this physical realm or in the energetic realms. And I believe that we can connect with these loved ones that pass, that are on the other side, our ancestors, when we stop and go into ourselves. When we are giving ourselves time and space to breathe, be in our heart, come into that place that is connected to all things and talk from there. I really would love some reassurance from my loved one who's passed. Is there any way that energy can come through or that information can come through? You can ask them to show up in some way, give you a sign. You can, and I often say this to people, and I've seen it with people who I know who have got loved ones who have passed. They set up a date and a time, and they put it out into the ethers and say, look, I'm going to be having at my table on this day at this time, and I'd love you to come and sit with me or come and share that space with me. Because everything is energy. The physical form isn't here, but the energetic part of them is. And if they've had an imprint or a connection with you in this life, there is still a connection there. And you can tap into that. So, there are lots of ways of doing it. As I said, sitting there and calling it in, meditating, asking for a sign, setting up a date, a time and a date. There are different ways. As I said, I don't call in the mediumship stuff. I know sometimes when I work with people one-on-one, it does come in, but I don't profess to do that because I believe that we can connect from our own heart and soul. They're always there. They're always there. And I think the thing that turned everything around for me, and I hope this helps you, is I've done a lot of work with Indigenous cultures and I've studied a lot of traditional old world healing stuff. And one of the common themes in that all those lineages is simply, the first thing is everything we need to know we already have, which is what I write about and teach. And the second one is that the universe lives within us, each of us. And if that's true, I believe it is, then we have access to everything in the universe because it's all energy. So when we get out of our mental head around that physical boundary and that physical tangible thing, when we stop and go, it's only physical because it's so dense. Now, if I want to elevate and connect to something that's not in this physical dense realm, then I need to be in that energetic connection within myself, and I can be there. You can call it forward and you can have these beautiful conversations within yourself when you're in a space where you're not in your head, but you're in your heart. So I would suggest finding some time in your day or week to sit down and call that the presence, the energy, the essence, the spirit of that loved one to commune with you in your own heart. Okay. And then you can ask your own questions.
Thank you. I have another question.
Sure.
This year has been, I feel like, the hardest year for me. Like, I feel like I'm being tested. And I just want to know if it's going to get better.
Okay. Interesting. I've just pulled a card as you're talking, and it's all about higher knowledge. Look at this, higher knowledge. So 2023 is still doing a year of connecting to our own inner world. It's a soul year. It's a year where we've got to get to know ourselves. And so this year we have been tested a lot. Loads and loads and loads of things that are no longer for us are being shown to us for us to choose. Yes, that stays in my life, or no, that's not for me anymore. We're being given a lot of opportunities to elevate, and expand ourselves. And this year especially is about being very, very connected, even deeper to ourselves. We've got to develop resourcefulness and resilience. And the big lessons when we're being tested, or the teachings when we're being tested, when there's hardship, when there's challenges, we are preparing ourselves. We are being given opportunities to develop resourcefulness and resilience. There's a lot more cuckoo, is the best way I can put it. It's going to start happening because the reality is, Lauren, the world as we knew it is falling apart. And we have to create a new way forward for ourselves. And we cannot bring through parts of ourselves or behaviours or attachments to things that are no longer relevant. So it is going to get better. But the way it gets better is when we start connecting to ourselves and going, okay, and I just talked about this at the start of the show, what are the right choices I need to make for me? Where am I giving my energy? Where's my energy going? And what energy is coming in? Energy input, energy output has to be addressed. Taking time to really examine, reflect, and consider the things going on in your life, where you want to be, how do you want to feel when you are living a life that you want to live? How do you want to feel? Okay, I want to feel free, or I want to feel supported, or I want to feel secure, or I want to feel joyful. All right, if they're the feelings I want in the next 6 months or 3 months or 12 months, what can I do now in my everyday life that gives me a tiny little dose of that feeling so I can start cultivating more and have a reference point? We have to look at ourselves as a point of attraction. That the emotional self, our emotions are a point of attraction. If I'm feeling like, excuse me for saying this, if I feel like crap with myself, I'm only going to get crap things happen. If I start to feel better about myself, lighter, elevating my energy, making good choices, everything else starts to work with me. Everything else starts to elevate. Things don't seem to be as hard. If I'm in a really low, dense energy, I'm going to attract more of those things that are hard. If I'm opening up and lighter and more joyful and have more gratitude, things are going to be easier and life will flow better. So it is about mindfulness. It is about presence. And the 4 words that I gave at the start of when I started doing this show for this year for everyone is pause, reflect, connect, and then act. Whatever comes up, pause, reflect, connect, and then take action. And you might have to take different actions than what you've done before to get different results. I hope that's helpful.
Right. Yes, it is.
Things are improving. Things will improve. So thank you for calling. Lovely to chat. This is Raylene Bird, Medicine for Your Spirit. It's been beautiful to chat with you all. Please take care in the rest of this month. Do the things that are medicine for your spirit. Bye for now.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Sessions with Spirit with Gene Rose. Live from Facebook.com/Tarot Readings by Gene Rose. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, Facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Sessions with Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Thank you. Hello, love. How is everyone today? I hope everybody's doing well. Yes, I do. I am here with you tonight. Forgive me as I try to get some things situated. I know. Today has just been so crazy, hasn't it? Oh my gosh, it truly has. But I am so excited to be with you here this evening. Welcome to another beautiful episode of Sessions with Spirit. I am your host, Gene Rose, and I am so happy to be with you tonight. I figured we would kick off tonight's episode with a card for everyone so we can kind of tell what sort of energy we are going to be dealing with this weekend. As you know, here in the States, it is beautiful, and I don't want to say sunny because it's been rather hot, but and a lot of the states, unfortunately, are dealing with either a tropical storm or hurricane. It's been kind of crazy, but it is a lovely evening here in the States. So I hope no matter where you are in the world and where you are watching from, you are having a beautiful evening or day as well. Like I said, let's kick off with a card for everyone. The card that I chose was Farmer's Market. Yes, and it is an important card. It talks about remembering to distinguish abundance from wholeness. Choose wisely and intentionally. Yes, because of course, without being whole, you cannot have that wonderful and necessary abundance. So that's going to be extremely key to have as well. Guys, I hope everyone is doing well tonight. Yes, I do. It has been a little hectic and crazy, as you can tell. Definitely having a little bit of a hard time getting back into things from vacate mode. But that is okay. Found my deck. Yes, found it. Thank goodness. So we're going to be taking a couple of live callers this evening, as well as doing a couple of readings for some followers. Yes, we are. I think we're going to kick off with a request from Ada. She is in Maine. Yes, she is. And she is just asking for a general reading. Yes. All right. Love, you obviously have had some disappointments and heartaches in the past, maybe even some frustrations. However, I definitely would encourage you not to stay in that space. Next card is the Knave of Wands. Knaves are the equivalent to pages, which is going to reference the start or beginning of something new. The Wands suit is all about fortitude. It is also about strength as well as courage and bravery. It's also about resilience, which is kind of funny because the Four of Wands was your third card. Might be having a move in the future. Not saying close future, like near future, like within 3 to 6 months, but definitely out more, like 6 months to a year. Next card was the Eight of Cups, and that card fell reversed, thankfully. And that card is going to refer to not letting go of things that are serving you. Guys, what is with the spirits tonight? I cannot. Oh my gosh. Do you hear things rattling? Oh my gosh, the joys of being a medium. So yes, we are going to start with Tegan. Love, she is from Queensland, Australia. Love, welcome in tonight. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I am doing fabulous, love. What would you like a reading on?
Just love if possible and what's ahead.
Oh, I love
Thank
that.
you.
Absolutely. Heck yes. Let's get this started, shall we? So, how's the weather there?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's cold at night and hot through the day.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh.
Because we're in winter at the moment.
Oh, yes, that's right. You guys are. You had it switched. So right now we're in our summer. So, and it is it is so hot. Oh my gosh. Ooh, I just came back.
I heard that.
Florida.
Vegas was having that. Vegas was really hot, I've heard.
I know. Over 100 degrees. Can you imagine?
Yeah, that's insane.
We do our weather in Fahrenheit. So I don't know what the equivalent to that would be for Celsius. I just know it
think it was 40 degrees Celsius. I think it was around 40, 42.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, love, your first card is the Empress. That card fell reversed, representing that you're going to want to go after what you want instead of deciding not to decide. Don't be indecisive. Don't go back and forth. Your second card is definitely one of love and it moving into your life. Your third card was the Ace of Wands, which is going to refer to unexpected opportunities. So definitely look forward to those as they arise. I was really happy to see you coming out of the space of breaking free from doubts, fears, illusions, as well as things that may taint that future connection. So moments or instances in the past where you may have been hurt versus things that you may want to have in your life, and you really knowing and making the change for the difference. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah, it does.
Awesome. Yeah. Not entertaining those past hurts and bringing them into that future connection. You know, when we kind of sever those ties, and sometimes when we're in a toxic relationship, we develop what is called a trauma bond, which can be really, really difficult to sever. Is it doable? Absolutely. We just need to cut ties in all ways, shapes, or forms, including mentally, obviously physically, but emotionally, even spiritually. That's going to be really, really key. So make sure that you are staying like in the version of your best self. And that way, that next connection, you can absolutely give it your all.
I understand that. Yep.
Yes, for sure. I think that is going to be so important. You're so welcome, love. This was an absolute joy for me. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today.
Thank you, darling. I appreciate it.
Oh, love, take care and be well.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
No problem, love. Bye-bye. Oh, guys, that was fabulous. What a beautiful reading for Taken. That was absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy and I wish her the absolute best. I just know that the next relationship she enters into is going to be fantastic. Up next, we have Loretta. Hello, Loretta. You are actually in the same state as me. We are both in Ohio. How are you, love?
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm from New York. So I do claim the Big Apple always. It's nothing against the Buckeyes. But that is just me. I will be a New Yorker forevermore. But yeah, I am outside of Columbus. Yes, I am. I'm in the middle of the state.
Yeah, I think it's like an hour and a half away from me, maybe.
Is it? Okay.
Columbus.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, wonderful. Love, what are we reading on tonight?
Actually, I would like to know how things are going to work with the fresh relationship that I am in.
Okay. I love that. Ooh, another tarot reading. I love tarot. I'm an absolute tarot chick. Through and through, though I do also offer mediumship services. So I am also an evidential medium. Excuse me, I'm tripping over my words. I've had spirit messing with me during the entire show. Loretta.
Oh, today.
Oh my gosh. I had something drop before and I'm like, what is this? Like now we're gonna show up? Like what? So it's been kind of funny. Of course, to me, not so much for my wife, because she'll always be like, "What is that? What's going on? What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's just spirit. It's fine." But it is
That's
okay.
really cool because I had just cleansed everything and I was writing down some of the things that I'm wanting to manifest.
Ooh.
And I had called in all of my guides and my angels and all my past loved ones and all of that right before I got the call.
Did you really?
Really
oh,
cool.
Excellent. They meant to be. Meant to be. I love it.
I do too.
Overall, I would definitely say the relationship that you are in right now, you're finally at the light at the end of the tunnel. You've gone through it. Loretta, oh my gosh, have you gone through it, my love? The hurt, the pain, I want to say sorrow as well. Okay? In the past, not currently.
Okay.
Yeah. No, not with this current connection. I'm saying in the past. You've been definitely done very dirty, which is okay. Because, and the only reason why I say it's okay is because you have acted and risen, like the true queen you are, and completely made a turnaround, which I think is so amazing. You've gone from that space to where you are currently. Definitely embrace the connection, embrace the relationship. You got Temperance, which actually is one of the cards that I have a tattoo of. It is one of my favorites. It is all about exercising.
What is it again?
Temperance.
The Empress?
Temperance, yes. It is all about exercising patience, as well as that reminder that if we exercise that patience, harmony will come. And I think that is so important. So important. It's about exercising patience with ourselves, with another person, or with a situation, or even relationship. So you definitely want to exercise that and be true to you. Just enjoy things. You're building a love story. You really are putting the pieces together and building that foundation. So definitely do not worry about misstepping, so to speak. Don't worry about the past. The past is in the past. Today is today, and really embrace that future. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
And you also got the Two of Cups. You got the Two of Cups. So that card is going to be about that future love connection, or that connection with that future potential, which is so fantastic because it is going to signify that things can get a bit serious. So yes, love. I absolutely love that. In fact, let's pull a couple more cards. You did get the Nine of Swords reversed, which is going to refer to the lack of overthinking, no worry, no doubt, no fear. It's also going to refer to not being in a state of just anxiety or fear. So I thought that was really beautiful. It's obvious to me that things are moving along quite well, as they should be. And you guys are really enjoying each other, which is all that matters. Sometimes in life we are thrown curveballs. And it is definitely obvious to me that, with the things that you have experienced in your past, you have definitely been thrown a few. Like I said before, you're like a phoenix. You always rise from the ashes. And no matter what you are thrown or what you are put through, because I feel like a lot of the things that you've experienced in your past have always been at the hands of other people. They've never been things to quote unquote that you've done to yourself or you've done yourself. Like you were never the reason for the demise of the relationship. It was always the other person, specifically the other person's actions. Yes. Their actions.
To me, like right now, I mean, he has been hurt in his past, like really bad, like as childhood and, relationships. So he seems a little resistant right now. And so that's more of my concern than anything, I guess.
I just pulled the Magician. That card is going to be about distraction, but more importantly, procrastination, which is definitely an energy I can see coming from him. Would I necessarily worry about it? No, because the next card was the Hierophant. And that's going to refer to having your faith put in a situation or in a person. It's not about faith in a higher power like most people assume. It's about having faith in a situation or person or situation. So I would definitely trust, and trust
I didn't
in
really
him.
hear what you said.
That the next card was the Hierophant, and that card is going to be all about exercising faith in another person or even a situation. I think overall, with things with this new guy, you should just enjoy them. Try not to plan the future too much. Stay present, and that will also help him to come out of his shell.
Okay.
Yes, for sure. The Six of Swords was another card, and that is going to signify being at that halfway point. Oh, and now the dog's going to get started. But yeah, being at that halfway point, that's going to be really important. So just understanding and realizing that.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Like I said, you got the Six of Swords, and that's going to refer to being at that halfway point. So there still is a ways to go. However, you're not at that point yet where you should make any decisions. So definitely stick it out and see where things go.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely see. I did pull one more just as a clarifier, and it was the Nine of Pentacles, which is going to refer to the start of long-term stability. So even though things might be a little bit iffy here and there, I do feel as though they are going to pan out in the end.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And I think it's part of my resistance as well, and my lack of trust in men on my part. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, especially when you have experienced the things that you have and been thrown the curveballs that you have been, it can be a little bit more difficult to trust another person and to fully throw yourself into a relationship. You know, it's kind of like when you dip your toes in the ocean, you feel how cold the water is and you jerk your foot back. And then you're like, you know what? I could do it. I could do it. And then you sort of like inch towards the water. That's basically what you're doing over and over. Yeah, over and over. So just make that decision, hold your breath, jump in the water, take that leap, and just see where it goes. But if you don't take those chances...
and I hadn't dated for 6 years. I hadn't dated for 6 years before this. So I've had a pretty good wall up. So kind of hard to...
Like I said, you are a true queen. You are a true queen. Like a phoenix, you have always risen from the ashes. So no matter what you're thrown, you always have that comeback. Always.
Always.
Yeah. It's that spark, it's that essence, that energy within you that you're not willing to give up, not for nobody. That, my love, is going to be key, especially in moving forward. Enjoy the relationship. Enjoy where it is, even if things are a little bit touch and go or iffy, see where they go. Don't shortchange yourself from this experience due to fear or a lack of trust.
Okay.
Okay?
That makes sense.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Is there anything that you can tell me about him? I mean, anything
in regards to him, I think he's a little resistant himself, like you said before. And I think he just has his own issues in regards to, he has his own worries and fears in regards to trust. You know, he's kind of wondering, oh my gosh, is she going to hurt me as well?
Right. Right.
And that can be a little intimidating. You know, when you have two people that are together that are afraid that the other one is going to make a move to hurt them, then it's constantly like you got to get it off the hamster wheel. You're constantly making 2 steps forward and then you get thrown back 3. So it's kind of like, you know, you got to make that decision that, no, this is what we want to do. We want to see where this goes. We are committed and we are determined to see this through.
Right. He's not a big communicator, though. He's not big on communication. So.
That could be. Can I ask what zodiac sign he is?
Pardon me?
What zodiac sign is he?
I didn't understand you.
What zodiac sign is he? Like, is he an Aquarius? Is he a Scorpio?
November 22nd. That's Scorpio, right?
Oh, okay.
We're both fire
Wow, on
signs.
the Sagittarius cusp. Okay.
And I'm a
Libra,
Leo.
so like air. Yeah. I totally get that. Especially with him with that air, fire energy. It's kind of like, ooh, can be a little rough for him. But give him some time, give him some patience, and try to see things through.
Okay.
Yeah, you got this, love.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I said, all right.
Definitely. See where they go. Just don't be hesitant and hold back. That's the last thing you want to do. Reason being is because you don't want to shortchange yourself, like I said before.
Right. I don't want to lower my vibration to get somebody else's vibration.
No, you don't. You want to keep it high. Definitely, and especially with today being the Lionsgate portal, with it being 8/8, definitely before you go to bed, write down a few more things that you want to manifest, especially for the rest of the year.
That's what I was doing when I got the call, actually.
Amazing. I love it.
All that.
Yes, we'll definitely make sure you continue writing that list, and that way you finish out the year strong.
I have a question about the writing, though. And I've meant to ask a couple different psychics this. But, like, when you're writing, do you just write, like, I want this, or is it, like, something that has already happened? Do you know what I'm saying?
What I do, how I teach it in my manifesting workshop, is to always write as if it's already happened. So write, I am grateful for, and then whatever you want to happen, yes. And that way you're also sprinkling some gratitude in with it. The universe loves gratitude. Even when we are grateful for the smallest things, finding that great parking spot, little things like that. The universe loves when you're grateful. Yeah, just be as specific as possible with your list, because ordering from the universe is like ordering from a diner. You want to be as specific as possible. So when you order a burger and you're like, oh, I want extra onion, no pickle, you're being as specific as possible. Be that specific with the universe. I want a new car. I want it to be a 2024. I want it to be a 4-door sedan. I want it to be blue, things like that. Be as specific as possible.
Okay. And I've always wondered how to start it because, when I started, I'm always like, I want to manifest. And then I'm like, no, I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it as, it's already happened. So I love the way you said to do it.
Yes, I am grateful for it.
Awesome.
Always write it. Loretta, always write it as I am grateful for.
That's perfect.
Oh, I'm so glad I could be of help.
I'm glad I got to talk to you.
Me too. Definitely think about following me on Facebook. It's Tarot Readings by Jean Rose. I would love to catch up with you for an update.
Oh, that would be great.
Hell yeah, I would love it.
Okay. What's the end of the call?
You have a wonderful night. What? Love, I'm sorry.
I just asked if it was the end of the call. I wasn't sure.
Yes, my love. You have a wonderful night. I am going to go. I have a few minutes left. This was so wonderful speaking with you. Thank you so much for calling in.
Oh, thank you.
You're so welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty.
Oh, what a sweetheart. Loretta was absolutely fantastic. Guys, we have a few minutes left. I am just going to remind you, if you like my style of reading, yes, you can follow me on Facebook at Tarot Readings by Jean Rose. I know there is a little typo on the bottom. It says with. It's actually by. So if you can't find me, that is why. No worries. We're going to get that fixed ASAP. I wish you all a wonderful evening. Don't forget, your girl is also on TikTok under Mrs. Stiggy, as well as Tarot by Ginos. Follow me over there. We are getting merch soon. Yes, we are. It's going to be fabulous. Guys, thank you so much for another wonderful night. This was absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed it so much. Don't forget, today is 8/8. Write down a list of goals that you want to accomplish. Manifest the heck out of them. Remember to write I am grateful for before each and every single one. Again, I am your host, Jean Rose. Thank you again so much for joining me tonight. This was a blast. As always, I'm going to go, and I might treat myself to some ice cream while I write out my manifestations. So I am so excited. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining, and have a fabulous night. Love each other, be good to yourselves, and be good to one another. Good night, guys.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Mystical Empowerment Time with Deb Bullion. Live from SpiritQuestSchool.org. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Mystical Empowerment Time on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, and welcome to my show. This is Deb Bullion. I'm joining you from the sunny Gold Coast of Australia. I'm so excited to be here. This is my first show, my first time here on A1R, Psychic Radio, and Moonstruck TV. So today, I thought that we would take it a little bit slow. I would tell you a little bit about myself so you know who you'll be working with if you come onto the show with me. And we'll take a caller. But first, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So if I don't sound like the typical Australian accent, it's because I don't have an Australian accent. I was raised in sunny California, and it was a wonderful, wonderful lifestyle. When I grew up, I was in San Jose, which then became Silicon Valley. And I moved down to Southern California, where I was very lucky to work in IT, and I decided to start manifesting. So working with a lovely lady by the name of Louise Hay, I wanted to manifest the right relationship. And lo and behold, within 6 months of working on it, a man came all the way across the world from New Zealand, and it really was like love at first sight. And that was 34 years ago, and we're still together. So from California, headed over to New Zealand, and we raised a family, 3 boys, now all grown. And then I decided, look, New Zealand is beautiful, but oh my goodness, a little bit wet and a little bit cold. And so we thought when the children were grown, we would all head over to Australia. And here we are. So coming to you from Australia, originally from California, I'm Deb. We're going to take a caller in just a moment. And after the caller, I am going to tell you a little bit about what I can offer, how I can help you, and what's coming up later this month. So we have Angela in New York City ready to come through. Are you there, Angela?
Hi, yes, I am. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm good.
You're good. Okay. So, as they may have told you, I'm a psychic and a medium, which means I can talk to you about your life and your future, or I can talk to one of your past loved ones. So do you know what it is you're looking for today?
Yeah. I want to see if you can connect with my past loved animal, if you can connect to animals.
I can. Okay. So, bear with me. I just want to get them a little bit closer. So I've got 3 coming forward, so I'm trying to separate them. So cat, dog, is that right?
Well, I mean, the main one that passed that I'm kind of connected is the cat.
Right, because I had the cat come in first, but then I had a dog, and then funnily enough, I heard the word bunny. So have you ever had a rabbit?
Yeah, I had like a black rabbit like 20 years ago or something.
Because so they're all piled in. They're all here to see you, Angela. So let me focus on your kitty cat. Bear with me. So this is a very magical cat. Yes?
Yeah.
Because they showed me like a black cat, which may or may not, the cat may or may not have been black, but that represents to me that this kitty was very magical. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I guess she could. I mean, she's not black, but I guess she was magical.
Yeah. It's just that's their sign to me that we have a mystical, magical kitty who is more than just a cat to you. It's like when somebody, it's their familiar. It's their one of their best friends, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
She passed last week, so it's very recent, and it's still it hurts very much.
Yeah. She, so feminine, very, how would you say this? I want to say loving because I feel her just like, when they rub on your legs, when they just want to cuddle. That's what she's doing. So she really wants to cuddle up with you.
Yeah.
She's showing me that she was a pretty girl, but I feel like she had quite a beautiful full face. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, she was 2 years old, and I didn't get the last part you said.
Okay. It was just that I felt that she had quite a round, beautiful face.
Oh, yes, she was. She was beautiful. Beautiful cat.
Did she have like green eyes?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah, when she was like a little, like 4 weeks old, they were like bluish green, yeah.
Yeah, because I could just see these little eyes looking up at me. All right, so just trying to see if there's anything that...
She was a scaredy cat, so...
I was going to say, was she the runt? Was she the tiny one? Because she makes me feel like she was frightened, like with brothers, and she just makes me feel a little skittish.
Yeah. She was young. She's only 2 years old, so it doesn't make any sense to me why and how she passed.
Okay, let me see if I can get her to give me a feeling for what was going on for her. It's a very strange feeling. So did you just find her like laying on her right side?
She was vomiting a lot and like all day. So I brought her to the animal hospital. They did blood work, chest x-ray. Everything was normal. They said maybe she ate something. So they said do an ultrasound. So I brought her home and she was still continuing to throw up, not eating. Then I brought her to the animal hospital. And I guess her blood levels got bad, I guess, from not eating so much for like 3 days.
Yes. Yeah.
And the ultrasound didn't really show there was anything, but they were planning on doing surgical exploratory, like to explore maybe something stuff there. I don't know.
That's what it feels like. You know those foxtails? You know those little things that are in the long grass that if you get one, it's like a burr or a foxtail where it goes in, but it won't come out. It didn't feel like it got to her stomach. It felt like it was like in their little esophagus, like she just was trying to choke something up. So that's what it feels like. Like there was something that she would have eaten that caught. And the only thing I can explain, because that was the first thing I got when you said that, because it was like something coming up from her stomach, but it wouldn't come up. And then I feel like she was on her right side. That's all she is bringing me is this funny feeling like you want to pull something out, but then she's on her right side. She says she doesn't know. She doesn't know either what she just said the words, I don't know what I did wrong. Like, I don't know what I ate that made me feel that way, because I don't. Do you have houseplants?
Yeah, I do.
Did you ever notice her nibbling on one? Do you have anything with like a round green leaf? Like not a normal green leaf, but like a rounded green leaf?
Yeah, I have a lot, but I bought her like cat grass and catnip, so she would just chew on those things. So it's like the plants, she stopped the plant. She did get heart failure, like, I guess she got heart failure after in the hospital overnight.
Yeah, system overload. She just was, it's just trauma. It's just the stress. Let's see what she wants to say, what her messages are to you. I feel like she had a lot of fun with you. She's showing me that you weren't just a friend, but there was a lot of fun in the household. Real lively for her. A lot to play with. She got a lot of love. And she gives me heartache herself. She gives me a little bit of heartache, but that heartache is for you. That is like her heart hurts because she sees you, because they still see us when they pass. It's like peering through a curtain for them. They can have a look at us, and she doesn't want you to hurt anymore because she feels like it actually physically feels like it presses in on you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. But I just was it even her time, to go? I mean, I didn't want to put her down, but that was pressuring me.
It was her time as far as she could not clear whatever this was. And it had to be meant to be, because the way she's saying is, I don't know what I ate that did this. So only thing I saw was that you had some really gorgeous plants with green leaves. And I wondered if she'd had a nibble, but that doesn't explain the burr. That does not explain the burr type of sticky type thing that I could feel in her throat. So she doesn't know how she did it, but it must have been her time. She's not, she's more upset for you than she is for herself, because she's well and good over there. She is still very playful, still having a wonderful time. Now, have you got a grandfather in spirit from your mother's side?
Yeah, I do.
Because she's with him.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, she's just saying she's got people over there. She's fine. You did the right thing. You did everything for her. And she had a wonderful life with you. And she'll just be waiting. They just wait for us. It doesn't matter if it takes us 60 years to get over there. They will always greet us when we arrive. And she's with your family. So she's fine. And I think what bothers her most is how much you're fretting, how much it's hurting your heart and pressing in on you. And she's saying, just imagine her tearing around, like sliding on wood floors over there. She's having a wonderful time.
Yeah, that's all she wanted to do was play. And yeah, she did have a lot of toys. But I just feel like if she had any conditions that I didn't know, like any condition she was born with, that I probably should have known about.
Not that you would have known about. If anything, like I said, it feels more like esophagus where it meets with the stomach. It feels like there was something she was trying to bring up. So if she had, I know it happens I'm not a medically trained person, so obviously I can't tell you for sure, but I know that sometimes we get folds in our own esophagus, which makes things difficult to go down or to come up. And it just feels like there was something there between the esophagus and the stomach. She's not sure what she ate. It's like sometimes an animal will tell you, I ate such and such, and you'll see evidence of it. But she's not sure. And she says...
Was she in pain?
She was uncomfortable because you know what it's like yourself when you have a cough and you want to bring something up. So you knew she was in distress, but she wasn't in pain. It was just the distress of, gosh darn it, I can't get this thing out. Whatever this is, I can't get it out. So she feels for you because it wasn't as traumatic for her as you might have thought. And for her now, it's over. It's done. She's playing. She's having a great time, but she worries for you. So know that if you talk to her, she will hear you. And know that she is literally there visiting. So you might feel her jumping up on the bed or jumping up. Did you have a gray couch?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, because it's like jumping up on a gray couch. And she's saying she's always going to come back and visit with you, and she hears you when you talk to her. So please, don't fret for her. She is okay, and she is with family.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Angela. I hope that brought you some comfort. Just know that our animals are always there waiting. They hear us when we speak to them, and they do come for little visits sometimes. You might feel the pitter-patter of tiny feet jumping up on the couch or wherever she liked to sleep. So thank you so much. You've been my first caller, and I've really enjoyed talking to you, and I hope that your heart rests easier.
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. Bye-bye now. All right, I just wanted to take some time to talk to you all about the other side. When we do mediumship, it's always interesting what people's thoughts are on what will be happening for their loved one on the other side. And they always are okay. They find each other, they find their friends, and our pets end up going to the people that we loved as well. Now, it's quite interesting because sometimes maybe her grandfather wasn't a pet person on this side, but when they go to the other side, they're always more loving and more caring. And I know I ran into somebody last week who I did a reading for, and they had their animals in spirit with a family member who hadn't really been a pet person, but I was able to describe them to a T. And they were absolutely happy that their pets were fine. I'm just giving our producer a little message. Today, and I wanted to talk to you about a few other things. So I thought we'd take the opportunity today to get to know one another. And as I mentioned, I'm over here in Australia. I've been here since about 2008. I still get home frequently back to the US. But I wanted to tell you, I not only am a psychic medium, but I founded and established Spirit Quest School, which is an international online school for people like yourself to learn how to do this. I always say that if you are interested in this type of thing, if you're tuned in, if you're listening, and this is the type of thing that fascinates you, you might watch the television shows and watch the celebrities who do this. You might read about it, spend time on YouTube, TikTok, etc. If this fascinates you, it is a calling. It's a calling for you. Anyone can learn it. Anyone who's interested, that is. It's like learning a musical instrument. So if you really, really wanted to learn the drums and you took the time to work with somebody on how to learn it, or even watched on YouTube, got the right equipment, and practiced, you could learn. And so my story is about thinking that I wasn't a psychic medium, but wanting to be so much. As a child, I could do really interesting things, such as I remember we would go to get in the car, and this was in the day before the internet. We would go to get in the car, and I was 4 or 5 years old, and I would stop and I would tell my mother what song would be on the radio, because I'm a real music fan as well. And she was just shocked almost every time. And for a while, she was excited about that. And she was like, I don't know how you do that. And then she was like, shh, don't tell the neighbors, don't tell anyone you can do this, because she didn't know what to do about it. When I was 6 years old, a family friend passed. And it was a woman who unfortunately had dementia. She knew my grandmother. And she'd gotten, sometimes people with dementia can get quite grumpy. Their personality changes. And her personality had changed quite a bit. And it was frightening for me. And when she passed, she came to visit me. And I remember it as clear as day. And that's the difference between a visitation and a dream. You never forget it. It's like they're really there. So it was a little bit of a frightening experience for me. It was the first one, and I knew that she'd been very unwell and a little bit scary at times. So it wasn't the best visitation. But these things happened all through my life. And I still believed, because I couldn't make it happen on cue, like when I wanted to, that I wasn't a psychic medium. And I was fascinated with it. I did my first tarot reading at 18, and it came true the next day. And I'll tell you more about that another time. And I found my first teacher because I'd been hanging out in cafes and libraries, getting books on this type of thing, trying to learn about it. And I found my first teacher at a local, I guess you call them college over in the US. We call them universities over here, who taught meditation and how to connect with spirit guides, angels, etc., and do a little bit of internal body scans, meditation. And it was fantastic. And I said to Spirit, if you will bring me the teachers, I promise I will share everything I learn. I won't hold back and keep any secrets just for myself. And so I was fortunate enough that there was a 20-year gap in between teachers, and then I had a couple of very good teachers. So that's what prompted me after I cut my teeth in the industry, began to be of service to people giving these readings. I did what I promised Spirit. I fulfilled the promised Open Spirit Quest School. So what do we offer? I teach from beginning psychic skills to advanced psychic skills, beginning mediumship skills to advanced mediumship skills. I teach the Akashic or Akashic records, depending on how you pronounce it, which is reading people's records of their past lives as well. And I'm also a Reiki master, so I teach Reiki 1, 2, 3, and 4, and teach others to step into their spiritual gifts. I do courses like Angel Encounters. There's so many different courses available. Now, each week we're going to choose a different topic, and I'll teach you. You don't have to come to school. I'll teach you some tips and tricks online. I just wanted to introduce myself today, allow you to get familiar with me and know what I could bring and what I could offer, so that if you do call into the show, if you there is something that you want to know, whether it's about a past life, whether it's about an animal or person who has crossed over to the other side, whether you're wanting to know something about your future or your present, you're stuck at a crossroads, I can help you. And also we'll spend the second half of the show teaching tips, tricks, techniques, and letting you know about upcoming classes, online circles, because that's a very casual way to learn and very inexpensive way to learn as well. So each week, a little something different. I'm hoping that together we're going to have a great time. I'm so looking forward to meeting more of you, working with you, providing whatever services that I can provide for you. And I'm hoping that you'll cruise over, have a look at the websites. Now, I'm in the process of updating them to show you a conversion rate so that you can understand that you're not paying what we pay over here in Australia. You save yourself about 40% off of those prices. So I'm in the process of getting that all updated and getting the new course dates set with times that are more suitable and convenient to North America. So I hope that you've enjoyed today meeting me, and I look forward so much to working with you in the future. And again, you can find me at www.deb, that's D-E-B, .bullions, as in gold bullions, that's BULLIONS.com.au, or www.spiritquestschool.org, that's O-R-G. So again, it has been absolutely lovely to meet you all today. I thank you so much. Getting my first reading under my belt, working with a beautiful kitty for our caller Angela in New York, was just an honor and a pleasure. And I hope to be able to read for you very soon too. So thank you. And from sunny Australia, we'll see you next week. Thanks very much.
Radio Network and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for the Hallie Elise Show with Hallie Elise. Hallie Elise. Live from HallieElise.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is the Hallie Elise Show on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. How are you this evening? I don't know if you realize, but today is actually very significant. It's funny, the producer just asked me something funny before we went on the air. Like always, he's very entertaining. That's what happens when you have somebody who's been in the business for a really long time. They have all of these wonderful little nuances that they can refer to. As to the significance for today, it's 888, August 8th, 2024. So if you add all the numbers up numerically, you get 8, 8, and 8. And if you're thinking, okay, so what is that? It's not just the 8 of numerology, It is the idea that certain days have specific significance. If you look up angel numbers or you investigate numerology and take a look at the Bible code, you'll find that numbers have great value. Just take a look at computers. Somebody will say, it's really nothing more than zeros and ones. And yet, what do? We see images and we hear sounds and we can interact with it. That said, you understand that numbers in and of themselves have a frequency. Today specifically has to do with the Lion's Gate, which means it's a truly powerful day wherein you could step through that portal, step through that gate, and actually accept your power, step into your power, hold on to your power. And when I say all of these things, what I'm talking about is each and every one of us are born with a certain, I'll say, expectation of the self. Which is kind of funny because as a baby, we're not looking and going, okay, what am I supposed to do? It's more a matter of on a soul level. We come in with an expectation of how our life is to be experienced. Not all the specifics per se, because as human beings, we always have right of choice. And if we think in terms of the Bible, God talks about giving us free will. Okay, it's actually all interconnected. We think in terms of heaven and earth being separate. And yet, when we think in terms of Halloween, there is this veil in between, right? Okay, and if you're going, well, you were talking about numbers, but now you're talking about Halloween, now you're talking about the Bible, I'll explain. Again, it's all very much interconnected. Every single thing on the face of the planet, including us, vibrates at a particular frequency. On certain days, we are connected more so to not only who we are connected as well to the universe at large at a higher frequency. Today is one of those special days. And this means if you have been thinking in terms of, I really need to get that business going, or it's really time for me to make a move and leave my spouse, or I have this dog who I just can't train. Today is the day that you should make a decision to actually make those things more concrete in your life by asking yourself, what is it that I can do that's going to push me forward? Take a look at what your inner strength is. Are you one of those people that is always protecting everybody else and yet you let people run over you? Well, if you're protecting everyone else, then you have the ability and the power and the wherewithal to do for you. Use today's energy, use today's date. And I don't mean that at 10 o'clock at night, you have to run outside and go, hey, look at me. You can. However, it's more a matter of getting clear within your consciousness. What do you choose to be connected to? Do you choose to have the mane of a liar, which represents royalty and power and strength? Or do you choose to have the gate closed and keep you from what is truly yours. We're all born with gifts. We're all born with abilities. We're all born connected to each other. This is why any biblical text, and it doesn't matter if it's the Quran or if it's the Torah or if it's the Christian Bible, they all talk about we're brothers and sisters. It's not because on a physical plane that we all have the same moms and dads, but on a spiritual, a higher elevation, we are all connected. And God and the universe at large has given us dates, for instance, special frequencies to allow us to see our own power, to choose how we'd like to use it. So give a little thought. Today is a wonderful day to do prayer, a wonderful day to do ceremony or a candle ritual, whatever makes your heart happiest, but do give some thought to how do you want to live your life from this moment forward? Are you willing to step into who you really are? Happy day with a portal, with a gate, with a lion. It is called Lion's Gate, and you can look it up if you need additional information. All right, then. I am excited and delighted to be here. I am Hallie Elise. If you didn't catch that early on, it's only mentioned like 10 times. And I believe we have German waiting on the phone from Canada. Is that correct?
Hi, how are you? I'm here.
Well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm okay,
Wonderful.
Busy at work. So, I like to be busy.
You like to do
I like to be busy. That's what I mean, right? Busy, yeah. Look, okay. I would like to reading about, lack of money, right? Because especially relationship with women, lately, I don't know what's going on now with my mom, my sister, I don't talk to them anymore. Every woman I like, they run away from me, and the money is like, I work and it goes fast. I don't know what's going on. So I don't know if you can give me any vision about my, money, good energy.
I started out with talking about the Lion's Gate. I don't know if you caught any of that, but today is the perfect day to decide to make changes in respect to your money. My feeling here is a big part of the reason that you have a lack of is because, not intentionally, but unintentionally, you've talked yourself into believing that you've got a glass ceiling. There's only so much that you can do, only so much that you can make, only so much that you can create financially. But the truth of the matter is, if you were to let go of that belief, then money would come with more ease. Now, the interesting thing here is I feel that over, I'd say the last 5 years, we've had money come and money go, money come and money go, versus it coming and being put into a position where it could grow and expand. One of the things that you really might want to look at. Yes?
Like everything, every day, like money, goes away from me, I don't know, anything, any move I make, money here, money there.
But this is
something like that.
Right. And this is what I'm saying. So I'm giving you confirmation of what you know, just so that you can hear what I say next. And that is, for that to change, there's two things to happen. Okay. One, today is very significant. And if you are able to say to yourself, what was yesterday or even this morning is not now, meaning understand that we transition from one moment to the next and have the ability to literally make change in our life. And today is a very powerful day so that you can really take advantage of that, especially since your power that you desire is to have relationships, is to connect with the women in your life. To do that, you have to feel confident in yourself. You want to know, and this is going to tie in together.
I'm confident, I'm confident, but I don't know what's going on, right?
You're saying it's confidence?
No. I'm always confident, right? But sooner or later, they run away from me, Even with my mom, I don't have a good relationship with my sister, I always buy stuff for them, but they're never happy with nothing,
Okay. What I'm trying to get to is that there, believe it or not, is a connection between your relationships and money. If you were feeling congruent and confident within your connection to money, you would also, believe it or not, feel more confident about your interactions with the women in your life. And let's focus on your mom for just a moment. She's actually a very nice soul. However, for her vision of where your life was going to go is very different than the way that you're living your life. Would you agree to that?
Yeah.
Okay. She has not felt as if you honored what she believed. And not that you have to do everything your mom says, so don't take this the wrong way. However, she needs to understand that she was heard. She needs to understand that you respect her. She needs to understand that you think she matters. And she's not feeling that. And this is why there is a distance. But I come full circle in the sense of how you are seeing your life. It's kind of like a seesaw. It keeps going up and down with the money. It's in and out and in and out. It's very difficult for you to feel stable, harmonious, confident within yourself if you're always trying to figure out, how do I take care of things because I'm not sure about the money situation. That actually interferes, believe it or not, with the women in your life. And the reason I say this is because money is like water. It flows. It's supposed to flow. We don't want it stifled. We want it to continually come in. Female energy is also very much like water. It's very flowy. I mean, we can think in terms of...
So
Go ahead.
How do you see my situation? How do you see my financial situation? Is going to improve or what?
Okay. Again, I'm going to revert back to what I said a few moments ago, which is you have to make more of a commitment to you, which means not working harder, but actually telling yourself that you're safe. Whether you believe it or not, start telling yourself, I am safe, my money is fine. Even if you don't believe it, just keep saying it every time a doubt comes up. And when you do that, then take action, as in, okay, I'm going to go count what's in the bank. Well, I could use more, but at least I have this amount. So get into the habit of acknowledging what you have. That's number one. Number two, we are in, what are we in? We're in August, September, October, November, December. I'm going to say December, January. You will find that money changes. There's opportunity for more money to come in. However, to accept it into your world, you have to do what we're talking about, which is really go within and recognize that no matter how much you seem to have, there's always a concern that it's not enough or that it's going out. What I'm suggesting, hun, is that you say, okay, I only have $5. And once you do that, you're like, wait, nope, I have $5. Meaning, stop looking at it the number amount and start looking at it as, but I have it. Get into the mode, if you will, of recognizing and acknowledging that you have money. It's not the lack of money, it's the lack of the amount that you want more of. But for the universe to deliver more to you, you have to start recognizing, even if you have a penny, you have to recognize that's what you have. If you do this, I promise you, in the next 4 months, 5 months max, you are going to see an opportunity come up where money can be greater and start coming to you with more fluidity on a consistent basis, where you can start then really thinking in terms of, how do I invest or save instead of just having it go out? As you're doing this simultaneously, you will find that your relationships with the women in your life will actually begin to get better. But it really boils down to this: you're a good person. You are a good person. You're thoughtful. You're kind. Though you sometimes don't realize, because you're so internalized with what's going on with you, that people are not seeing the real you. It's like there's a block up. And as you start to get more comfortable with finances, you will find that you are more relaxed. As you're more relaxed, people can see who you really are. You follow me?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So try this tonight. Sit down, with a piece of paper, pencil, pen, whatever, and literally write down the value of everything you have. So if you have a table sitting there in your head, ask yourself, what's it worth? Write it down. The bed that you sleep on, write it down. How much you have in the bank, write it down. How much is in your wallet, write it down. And then take a look after you've added it all up and recognize that you have money. So you're seeing it as separate from you, what I'm suggesting, so that you can expedite it coming to you faster and more consistently, is that you start to see it as you have it. Like recognize the things that you have, that they have a financial value. Those are a part of your net worth. Think about it. If you were to declare a bankruptcy, they'd come in and say, how much is that worth? How much is this worth? How much is that worth? And get a total of all of it to tell you what your worth is. It wouldn't just be the money in the bank. It wouldn't just be the money in your wallet. It would be everything. Start looking around as in, but I have abundance. I have money, because there is some there. If you want it to stop being stifled, and again, you want it in that flow, it needs to be recognized. And there's that corollary between your mom and money, her being recognized, money being recognized. Ponder that a little bit, because I promise you, you will speed up your results. Even if you do nothing within the next 4 to 5 months, you have an opportunity coming in. But if you don't do this little bit of work that I'm suggesting between now and then, the money will come in and you'll be excited and you'll have it for a short period and it will leave again. To make sure that it doesn't do that, you have to be more connected with it. Okay?
All right.
I thank you. Have a great night, German.
I just want some peace, Yeah, I need some. Let's see, I'm going to work on that, okay? Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Good night. Okay, I know we have a lady on the line, and forgive me. Is it Jerry? Carrie. Okay. Hi, Carrie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Am I talking loud enough? Can you hear me good?
You're great. I realize, you're a little funny. You'd think after all these years of doing this, I would get my act together. So I'm like trying to hear on a lot of the shows, and it dawned on me it's because the volume is down on my side.
No, sometimes I don't talk loud enough. So
no,
here I am. I'm trying my best.
I can hear you all the way from Tampa, so you're doing good.
That's funny. Yeah. Do you want me to ask a question?
Sure, ask a question. We'll dive in.
Okay, so I'm waiting for something to, like a settlement, and I want to know what you feel coming up for that.
Okay, this is going to be interesting because you said settlement, and I hear two. It almost feels to me as if there's either two parts of this, or it gets settled and then you go back for more, or there is...
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
Okay. So this makes sense to you because I'm feeling it's not just the one, I'm getting two. Okay.
No, not just one. No, there's going to be another one after this. Yeah.
Okay. I keep getting the number 3, and I'll be candid. I'm not clear if this is 3 weeks or 3 months, but I keep getting the number 3 to get to the first one. The irony is I feel like you'll be notified about the second one before the first one comes through.
Okay.
So it's like you might get a legal letter that says, okay, we're telling you about this, or there's a hearing involved, or there is a paper that needs to be done like beforehand, but you're being notified about that before the first one actually is finished.
Yeah, we are waiting for something to be signed. Yeah.
Okay. Try not to worry about it. I know it's easy for me to say I'm over here, you're over there. And truly, though, the sense is it's coming in. It's not going to be exactly what you thought, but it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just make up a number here, but let's say your number was, 150,000, just making up a number. It could possibly be 110,000 or 90,000, which wouldn't be exactly where your focus is. However, it's still coming in.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just want my justice. I want my justice. That's all.
You want your what? I'm sorry? Justice. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So again, 2 parts. Know that it's coming through. The second part will actually be identified before the first is complete. but it will happen. And here's the thing, though. See, I keep feeling like you've got to get rid of the anger that's connected to it.
Yeah, I do. That's true. Yep.
Think in terms of it this way. If you can forgive, it's not about them, it's about you. It really is, because they're not feeling what you're experiencing. It's you. And if you're thinking, but I just can't because I am so angry, then defer to the old expression, let go and let God. And if that doesn't work, say to yourself, I only have so much control over what takes place next, right? However, if I hold on to the old, then I'm not going to be ready for the next. Connect with
because this is my new chapter. I agree. Yeah, I don't want to hold on to this stupid stuff. But I have to stand up. I have to stand up for myself and fight for my rights.
Absolutely. And I think this is
a hard balance. It's a hard balance to not be angry while you're fighting for your own rights. But it's a good idea to let go of the anger and just fight. And
again, forgiveness. And I know it's really hard while you're fighting for what's yours. However, I feel like all the steps that you needed to take to begin the fight have already been put in motion. And again, today is a really strong day. I mentioned this earlier, to really get into your power. Think in terms of, wow, I started this. Wow, I'm moving towards justice. Wow, I'm going to be compensated. Like, put your energy and your thoughts and your emotion into that versus they shouldn't have done this and I'm getting what I deserve. Because the anger actually slows down your progress.
Okay. That's great advice for me. I'm going to work on that. Absolutely. Yeah. It's a great reframe, reframing it.
Exactly. You want this to happen in a way that makes you feel good all the way around. And you want to have it happen expeditiously. You don't want to be dealing with this a year from now. And I feel like it's a short period of time that it comes to fruition. However, if you continue with the anger, it can throw things off. And it's not good for you.
I agree with you 100%. Yeah. I'll work on that.
So let me share something here too, because I keep getting legs, I keep getting circulation, I get like tired legs, I guess would be the best way that I could share this. So this is telling me that even though you're moving forward with this, your belief of things being settled is not 100%. Start with your self-talk. It's moving in the right direction. Just start reminding yourself. And believe it or not,
No, it is true though. No, because I hired a lawyer, so now it's about to move. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be moving that mountain real soon. Yeah.
Yes. However, for your physical body, so that you stay healthy in this process, if you have an opportunity to walk around the block once a day, or park the car a little further away and walk a little further, or do whatever you can for an extra few steps, this will help you because you're moving that life force, that chi, through your entire body while this is going on, so that it doesn't.
I just got a boxing bag.
Excellent. Yeah. So that's good, though, for the arms. And it's also good for that frustration, so you can envision smacking them with your
head. That's what I'm going to do.
Use a little bit more, because I keep, again, getting the legs. So maybe you're going to laugh. However, maybe walk back and forth in your home for a few minutes before you start hitting the bag.
Yeah.
Because it will be helpful. The other thing I'm hearing is pay attention to your sodium. I know totally different direction here, but it feels like it's coming up that it's important. More about added sodium than just the basic. So in other words, if a pickle, for instance, has X number of grams in it and then you put salt on it, that would be a bad thing. Not that you would do that with a pickle per se, but I'm just being silly. The impression, though, is sodium level needs to be careful. It feels there's something here. I'm going to simply put it out like this. Next time you have blood work done, ask about your sodium level. Get your baseline, because I feel like something is slightly askew. May have not been picked up yet, but it's something that you should be aware of. And the other thing here that I'm hearing very loud is potassium. Be mindful of potassium in your diet. It's interesting because sodium feels like it should be a little less and potassium should be a little more. And obviously I'm not a physician, defer to your judgment, your doctor's judgment, but it's a good idea to know what your baselines are.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. The other thing too is you actually have a lot of intuitive ability, but you don't usually pay attention to it. Not for yourself, anyway.
I know. I know.
Try to get into the habits of starting your day by just sitting for a moment and maybe taking 3, 4, 5 breaths and ask yourself, is there anything I need to know for today? And just notice what comes up for you. Because it feels as if there's a gate that's going to open there for you where all of a sudden you're like, oh, I knew that. Oh, I knew that. Well, I got to pay attention to that.
Yeah,
it's
I can see that with me. Yeah.
Right on the verge, honey. So if you can get a little bit more peaceful for yourself, it'll open wide up.
Yeah.
Okay, the other thing, totally, again, different subject for just a moment. Pay attention to any funny sounds that your car is making. Now, I know that's silly because most people, they hear a funny sound, they get it checked. But I feel like it's something from the back end and you may not pay attention to it right off the bat. Have it checked. And this to me could be on the verge. Like it may have already just started or it's just about to start.
Yeah, it just started. It just started. Okay. I know what you're talking about. I was going to take it down tomorrow, but I have to talk to my lawyer tomorrow.
Okay. Everything in order, right?
I know. It's a lot. I've got a lot on my plate. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful night. And really, just reframe. You'll notice a difference. Thanks so much for calling.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. If you'd like to reach me for a private session at the office or via web or phone, feel free to reach out and call the office at 561-755-2166 or find me on the web at HallieElise.com or on Google or X or all the different arenas that we have to connect with. And again, today is Lionsgate. So use your power. Really take a look at where do you want to create in your life for you. This is not about other people today. It's about you. At the very least, sit quiet for just a moment and envision what it is that you'd like to see transform in your life. Thanks so much, everybody. I look forward to seeing you next week. And I wish you well. Be blessed.
Psychic Radio Network and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Understanding Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of Understanding Spirit. I'm your host, Mary. I hope you're all having a really good week. I'm going to do a 3-card pull again, like I always do, and it is for the collective. Again, just take what resonates and leave what doesn't, or, just hang on to it and see what comes up for you. It may be coming up as a warning or something that you need to remember sometime in the near future. Okay, so just take a minute to choose between card 1, 2, or 3. Okay, if you have chosen the first card, it's this one here, okay, which is currents of emotions, uncontrolled feelings. Now, the thing with this card is what is really standing out is the storm and the river. It's a strong current there. So it's dealing with very strong emotions and upheavals that you could be having right now, or potentially even nearing the end of, coming, or you're just in the middle of it, or it's coming. And this card is just saying, don't get swept away with all your emotions. Try to control your emotions. If you're feeling bouts of any anxiety or depression, try to bring yourself into some kind of balance, get more clarity, as you approach any situation or problem, in your life. Try not to do it through, negative thoughts and emotions. Try to look at things level-headed so things just don't go out of control. The good thing about any kind of storm is the storm never lasts forever. And then after that, it's calm waters, sunshine, rainbows. So good times will come, okay? So don't be in too much despair if you are in the middle of this or starting to go through this at the moment, okay? If you've picked card number 2, it's this one. Okay, it's face entanglements, emotional influence, all right? And Spirit are just asking for you not to get caught up in other people's emotions. Potentially, card 1 and card 2 might relate to anyone who's picked either of those cards, all right? And it's about not taking things home with you, okay? So if somebody is doing really well, you don't want to be going home and thinking, well, my life's not that great. Or if they're unhappy, don't be going home and taking those emotions with you where they're just going to drain you, right? If this is going on inside your home, then, Spirit is like, go outside, take yourself for a walk, get in, some nature, surround yourself with people who raise your vibration, all right? And then you can feel a bit stronger and a bit better and able to deal with those kind of things when you go back home, okay? And just set emotional boundaries for yourself, all right? Know when something is too much and that you can take a step back if you need to, basically. All right, if you've pulled the 3rd card, it's this one here, which is kinship. I absolutely love this card. And while I drew this card, I couldn't stop looking at this this picture of this female here, and she just looks like such a free spirit to me, and so in the moment and so happy with the people that she's around. And it's really about finding your soul group, finding your soul tribe, and the people that raise you and support you. You don't all have to want the same things necessarily, but if you are all happy for each other and are supportive of each other, regardless of what it is, that's really what matters. And it's like a connection of people that, you know, you can all constantly raise each other's energy and constantly be teaching each other, all right? And don't be afraid also to break off from people, all right? If the people that you're with, you're not vibing with them energetically, or sometimes you're just feeling, I don't know why I'm with these people, that's okay. Step back, find a new group for yourself, all right? We all work through life differently, and sometimes disconnections just happen. It doesn't mean anything. It's just we go our separate ways. So don't be afraid to do that if that's where you're sitting at the moment. Okay, now I'll get to my caller. I've got Tabitha on the line. Tabitha, how are you?
Hi. Good, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How can I help you today, Tabitha?
I just want to see if I have any spirits around me.
Yeah. Okay, I do have a male spirit here. He's been with me for a while, so I'm hoping that he's for you and you know who it is. He's presenting, he's got dark hair, he's wearing a black suit, he's got a white shirt on, and he came in showing me clogs, you know, beer fests, a lot of stuff that had to do with Germany. And he was talking about like happy times. And he also came in like he was holding his chest and showing me like that some vomiting, feeling dizzy, like really off balance, and could have been vertigo, could have happened when he passed, but he was just giving me all these things at once. Do you know who this male is?
I don't.
Okay, all right. Let me see if he wants to say anything to you, or I'll see if another spirit comes through. All right, I'm just going to go to the message that he wants to give to you because he's still pushing it. So sometimes it can be somebody that you work with or a friend and you might have forgotten who it is. So the message that he wants to give you is that he was saying he was very impatient in his life. So he's saying for you to slow down and just take things slowly as well. All right. So I don't know if that message resonates with you, but I'm just going to leave that with you and just see who else comes forward for you. Okay. Does that message make sense for you, Tabitha?
Yeah, I've been not patient lately, so that could be.
Yeah.
It could be my family that I've never met. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes, look, you know, sometimes that happens. I feel like this spirit was well traveled because he was also showing me Greece, and you know, this was somebody who probably liked to go on a lot of vacations and liked to enjoy himself. It could also be my guide is saying you do know who it is, but you might sort of be just going blank right now, all right, especially if we're focused on somebody in particular, all right? So I'm just going to see if another spirit will come forward for you.
Because I'm trying to see if my cousin that passed away from cancer or my godson that passed away from cancer has anything.
Okay, your cousin or your
and my godson.
Sorry, Tabitha, did you say your cousin?
Yes, my cousin. He died of cancer, and then my godson committed suicide.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, I feel like maybe your godson might be here. He's holding on to his throat. Do you know how he passed? Did he hang himself?
Yes.
Okay, that's who's with me. All right. Let me see what he wants to say to you. He's saying he unalived himself because he had way too many problems in his life. He's also saying a lot of the things that were going on with him went under the radar. People didn't either know or not know how bad it was. Does that make sense for you?
Yes.
Okay, do you know, he's showing me cards like where you gamble. Do you know if he was gambling at all?
I don't know, but his dad moved him out of state away from us.
Okay, all right, because he is showing me gambling around him, so I don't know if there was financial concerns. He's also showing me that there were people looking for him. So his father might have given one reason as to why he moved him away, but it could have had to do with that as well, okay? Does that make sense for you?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. He's saying to me that there was a lot of secrecy around this, and he's saying there was only a collective few that knew everything that was going on. And he's showing me like about 3 people, all right, that really knew everything. I'm just going to say, because we don't have much time, Tabitha, I'll see what else he has to say. Are you looking to go out with somebody? Have you just started dating somebody, or you've got a new friend or someone like that in your life?
It's my best friend. I've had a crush on him.
Like them. All right. So his advice is, he's come forward. His advice is, he doesn't like them. Find someone else.
Okay.
All right. And he's like, you deserve better, and look ahead with a lot of light and happiness in your life, okay? There's more coming for you.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Tabitha, sorry, we're out of time, but I'm glad he came forward for you.
Thank you.
All right, you're very welcome. Take care.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network. and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Insights with Solaris with Jennifer. Live from Solaris.1. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Insights with Solaris on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first show of Insights with Solaris, where I am your host. I am Jennifer, and I have 10 years of experience with tarot reading, and then over a dozen certification and healing modalities from Reiki to sound healing. And at the end of the day, I would say I am a channel of spirit here to guide who finds me. And I'm really excited for everyone who's coming in today. And I do believe we are going to be taking our first caller. So I'm just going to go in because I'm very excited. But while we are waiting on that caller, I'm just going to go ahead and pull a card for the collective on what to expect during the rest of the week. It's always good to know what energies is going around, so you know how to kind of navigate what's going on. And for the collective, we have the 8 of Cups. And when we come into this energy, it is a good time to really reflect and go inside to decide, what do you want to take with you to the rest of the year? What do you want to see fall away so you can grow into the next year? Because we're already midpoint in the year. We're already past that. We're going into August. So if you're unhappy in a situation, or if you're really looking to find something that's worth a little bit more emotionally, spiritually, it's time to find that. In order to find that, you're also going to need to walk away from some things. But ultimately, it is going to be a little bit difficult to walk away, but it will be in your best interest and down the line, because you are bringing in more abundance when you're able to clear off all the clutter in your home and really bring in that abundance you've been looking for. And we do have our first caller. So welcome, Brandy from Dallastown, Pennsylvania. I'm so excited to have you here. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Have you ever had a tarot reading before?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, I'm excited to be your first then. Did you have any specific questions, or what was you looking for?
Question more geared towards relationship, or my current relationship. Is it good? Is it bad?
Yeah,
Maybe.
I immediately got chills and shivers, and then a little bit of heart tightening and some cramping in like the sacral chakra area. So it doesn't seem like it feels very comfortable right now. Would you say that's kind of true?
I would say that's true.
Oh yeah, we're coming out hot with a lot of the major arcana cards, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing you've been thinking in your head a lot of anxiety over this situation. Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? And it's really struggling to sleep a little too. But let's see what's coming over the situation. So something is going to have to change in this relationship. So I see a lot of strength, and I see like there possibly maybe been some like situations where you both are trying to control a situation. So there may be like power struggles going on. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
All right. And it's really time to sit back, okay, and see, are you in a position where both of you are willing to make any type of compromise? Because it's showing that even though both of you are kind of coming off strong, you're very kind of coming in with a lot of fire energy, a lot of aggression. It seems like you are both willing to make that compromise, but and have this renewal period, but someone has to take that first step. And it's really good because in the past situation, you guys were making a lot of long-term plans. You had a steady foundation. And it does look like moving forward, that the passion is still going to be there in a relationship, but it's important that it's just not passion. If you're wanting to have more passion, absolutely, if that's what you're looking for, but it still seems like it's a little bit heated. But if you're able to work through this period where you're like, okay, let's take a deep breath. It's not about who is right. It's not about who has the power in the relationship, but how can we build a harmonious home? And you have a lot of potential there because you have this King of Pentacles, which is what you want in a very strong long-term relationship, to have all the abundance and to have a healthy environment. And in the subconscious, in the subconscious position, you have the Lovers. That is the card of the Lovers, and that's a beautiful card. It does recognize the equal give and take, but remember, relationships, it's the Gemini card. Gemini has two sides of the stories, and right now you guys are not listening to each other. And this is what's causing that anxiety. That's what's causing it. It's hard to understand each other and that miscommunication. And really, like, the best path forward is saying, okay, you guys need to learn some patience for each other. What I'm seeing is like one person, okay, we got to go. We're late. We need to get going. We're late to go to this party. And the other person's like, I'm going to get there. So it's like one person's really pushing and the other person is feeling frustrated because they are not given the time that they need to like decompress. And that may be whether or not they're coming home from work, you or your partner, and you're coming in and you're like, sometimes you just need 15 minutes to like decompress in order to engage. Are you having that trouble? Would you say your partner is having trouble transitioning between different situations?
I would say it's probably more I need the time to decompress and he's got to go.
Yeah.
And because I've been working later hours, he's home, and there's no like, I come home from work, gotta do. So it's definitely makes sense there.
And I do see that it's encouraging you to open up a little bit more with this Queen of Cups. Okay, to feel a little bit more into those emotions, especially if you've been working a lot and working nights, you probably are too tired to like really dig deep in the emotions, but allow yourself some time to decompress. And everyone says you got to do self-care, but it's true. You really do need to do self-care, because if you're not filling your own cup first, you're not going to be able to give anyone anything else, because you do have the Ace of Cups, which is another beautiful card for relationships. But this is saying like, hey, if your cup is not filled, you're never going to be able to get to the Two of Cups, which is two people coming together. But you have everything that you need in order to get to that period. But I also kind of see a potential for either travel, moving to a new place. Is either of those things coming in for you?
Not really. I mean, not really. I mean, we had talked about eventually needing a bigger house, but it's...
So I see a transition coming up, and there's going to be some decisions that need to be made, and it is in the future position, so it's not quite here. So what is this transition period about? What is this decision? Oh, okay. Are you married yet?
We are.
Okay. Let's see, a little bit more clarification. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that both of you are going to have to come together and realize that ego is coming into play. All right, because there's also maybe a little bit of a potential for somebody coming into your life trying to get your attention. So a third party situation potentially, but on your side. So somebody may be coming in, or somebody a little bit younger trying to get your attention. So that's just something to consider in the future. It's not saying that it has to go anywhere. It's just like, hey, that's potentially coming forward into there. There also seems to be kind of a bit of a fear around money. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe that's part of the workplace too. Like this person's trying to get your attention. Whether or not you want to engage is entirely up to you.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let's see. But overall, let's see. Yeah, it's really time to honor your commitments with each other. So that is truly about going in, okay, where are we at right now? Where do we want to go? Go back to our plans of what we had when we first started dating. Okay. And is that still able to happen? Because we do have the 10 of Wands here and the Hermit. So you have a lot on your shoulders. It feels like it's feeling pretty heavy, and I'm feeling kind of a little bit of upset stomach too. So perhaps like, even in the throat as well. So not feeling like your best self. Does that resonate?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a step on between work and there's finances. There's a lot of decisions to be made all around. But yeah, I mean, and there's uneasiness and different things that I'm just not sure it's worth it for the long haul or.
Let's see, worth it. I mean, again, you had the Ace of Cups, you had the Lover's card, you have the King of Earth and the Queen of Cups. So, and now you're coming out with the King of Air. So there is a lot of potential in this. But that fear is coming into play, and it's leading to sleepless nights, and you not being in that place where you can fully give to yourself is leading to a bit of that uninsuredness. But the best thing is to take some time for yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be a break, but prioritize your well-being first until you feel your energy is coming back a little bit more. And then decide what you consider to be your boundaries, negotiables and non-negotiables. And we have 60 seconds left, and there are going to be competing goals. But if you communicate with speaking your mind and your confidence, you will see a situation that can blossom into a good relationship. But you got to speak your mind. And we are running out of time, but there are going to be difficult situations, but know that you can come out as the Queen of Cups, and it's going to be okay in 30 seconds. So speak your mind, because at the end of the day, if you do not speak your mind, you will eventually sabotage the relationship in another way. And I hope that helps guide you a little bit more.
It does. Thank you very much.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you for being my first caller. And thank you to everyone who joined in for the first reading. And I hope to see you next time.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Your Time to Shine with Julie Yeager-Walker. Live from Wings of Souls with Julie.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, ask1radio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Your Time to Shine on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are all doing well today. Today is a really big day, especially in astrology. August 8th, 8/8, the Lionsgate portal. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about that today. For those of you who may be listening and don't know what this is all about, it's a very powerful day. Not only astrologically is the sun in Leo, the star Sirius is aligned with the earth and with the sun sign in Leo. They're all aligned and they make this really powerful portal. And that is just magnified by the numerology of 8 and 8. And so 8 has so many beautiful things. I actually had to write them down because there's so many wonderful things of what the number 8 is in numerology, which also has to do with the, Lionsgate portal. So 8 is all about abundance, wealth, manifesting, self-power, personal power, and inner wisdom. It's also karma that has cause and effect, which is really interesting because during the Lionsgate portal, if you are manifesting, if you're sending out love and gratitude, it comes back at you tenfold. So whatever you're doing today in, what you have been doing, what you are continuing to do until the day is over, sending love and gratitude and joy out there, and it's going to bounce back to you in big, big ways. So manifesting is huge for today, the number 8. And then when you get the August 8th, the 8th month in the year, and then you get the day of 8, it's amplified. So all of those things that I just talked about get amplified even more. There's, the strength in numbers and the duplicity in the numbers as well. So manifesting is really big for today. So really think about some of the things that you have been wanting to manifest in your life, that you've been working on to create. Today is a perfect day to really sit down and manifest your dreams, all those things that you're wanting to do. Because again, it's going to come back tenfold, right? That portal is open, and it's also the material world versus the spiritual world, and the veil is usually very thin. So if you're feeling your loved ones, if you're sensing your loved ones more today, there's a reason for that. If you are seeing bigger signs, right, that they're leaving you, that's another thing. It's just the communication is really open. And when I say the veil is thin, it just means that you're able to sense or feel or see spirit and your loved ones easier than you would be on maybe any other day, right? It's because your conscious mind is kind of taking a little step back, and the energies on the other side are coming in a little bit stronger. So you're sensing it and you're feeling it just a little bit more. It's a really fantastic, day. Um, so today, as you are thinking about some of the things that you are grateful for and that you are wanting to put and manifest, take some time to do that. Write it down. However that is and looks for you when you do your manifestations. There's so many ways to manifest. It's about what makes you the most comfortable, what sings to you the most, and your heart, and then do that, right? And again, I just keep saying, the love, the joy, the gratitude, send that all out, because it's going to come back at you even stronger, particularly today, because of this portal that is open. So it's really interesting. I always remember, oh, that's right, August, Lionsgate. And I have it in my head. And then before the day's over, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, what day is this? So if you were doing the same thing, here is your heads up. It is today. The Lionsgate portal is open and ready for you to do all of your magnificent manifesting. So go out there and create some magic, because you are that magical being that can create anything that you desire in this world. It's just putting a little bit of manifestation, put a little sprinkle of that on there, and then watch it grow, right? And in our manifestations, we can have the short-term manifestations that can become reality very, very quickly. We manifest all day long, every single day. And then there's other manifestations that take a little bit longer. You plant the seed and, maybe over a week's time it comes in. Maybe it's a month. And then you have your long-term manifestations and goals, which may be more like 1 year, 3 year, 5 year goals. So they take a little bit longer to orchestrate in the manifesting world. So make sure you have your lists with all the different focused goals that you would like to create, and start today, because today is the day. So, all right. We are going to head over to the phone lines right now. We've got our first caller on. We have Melissa in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Good evening, Melissa, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great, thank you.
Excellent. What can I do for you this evening?
I'm not really sure. It's it's my first time listening, so I'm not really sure what I'm allowed to really ask. I don't know if you connect with spirit or not, or just guidance, anything like that.
Yeah, I can connect to spirit, loved ones, guides. I can, whatever your question is, I can bring through whatever it is they feel you are needing to know around it all.
Well, if you're able to help me connect with my dad, if possible, I would love to hear from him if you're able to.
Okay. Is there something specific that you're looking to ask him?
I just wanted to hear from him and just get some guidance from him. I just really miss him, and I've been struggling a lot lately, and with health problems and stuff, and also just wanting to know we're gonna get a house soon, and if he just things like that, and maybe if he'd be able to give me some insight on that.
Okay, perfect. Well, let me tune in. Let me see if I can bring him forward, and there'll just be a little moment of silence as we do that, and then I'll be right back with you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, Melissa. One of the first things that I was able to connect in with your dad. One of the first things he said is that he's just said it feels like an eternity. It feels like a lifetime. And I know that's the way that you're feeling right now, is that it's been feeling like it's been an eternity since you got to talk with him or be with him.
Yeah.
And he can feel that. He can feel that with you.
Yes.
I'm asking about your health. Hold on.
Okay, thank you.
Mm. Well, first of all, he's just wanting you to know that he's been with you and dropping you little signs. I'm seeing feathers, white feathers, and I'm seeing coins. Have you been seeing those around you?
Yeah, I get coins all the time. When I wake up in the morning too, they're like in my bed.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's definitely sending you signs to let you know that he's there with you, to give you that support and that reassurance that you're not alone. Okay. Um,
And my mom, she misses him like crazy. She wants to have like a thing at the baseball field for him. It'll be 2 years for him coming up in October.
okay. Okay. Um, yeah, he's saying that it's time for you all to be able to have that celebration. And
Yeah.
it's almost like going to be a release for you all. It's almost like this. What he's showing me is like this heavy, almost like this heavy box or container that you're just carrying around with you all the time. And so once you do that, once you have that celebration, it's going to be a lift. It's going to be easier for all of you to breathe. So he says you guys need to do that sooner than later, because it's really going to help the healing process for all of you. And it's been long enough now that it really will be more of a celebration for you all.
Yeah.
Rather than if you would have had it much sooner. Um, but he says definitely do that, because I just feel like there's this heavy, it's almost like this heavy fog that kind of sits around all of you. And that's that.
Yeah, that's it.
Kind of like that fear of not being comfortable to release this and let this go, right? So by doing the celebration, that's going to help release that a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, I hope so.
So your dad is showing me you're under the care of a physician right now. It seems like you need to have like a second opinion, or maybe somebody different. He's showing me that that you're not getting the answers that you need. And so therefore you might need to go seek another opinion to help you get through what you're needing to get through.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, there is a lot of issues that I am dealing with, and a lot of medications I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
So I second guess a lot of it because there's just so much going on, and it's just
right. I'm looking to see what else I can bring through for Melissa here. It does feel like that there is, it feels like there is a lot of different types of medications. And um, I think it's going to be helpful for you to get a second opinion to see exactly what it is. It's like your body isn't aligning with some of these medications. And that's what you're kind of feeling that. Um, so if you can get a second opinion, I think that's really going. I think that's really going to help. Um,
I apologize.
I Yeah, your dad's really showing me that he's pushing for you to either get a second opinion or to maybe look for a different doctor. He keeps bringing up like a natural path, right? There's a lot of different medications that you're on, and they're not really jiving with your body. But I think you already know that. Um, so I think that would start opening up different connections, bringing in different answers.
Too.
Okay.
So maybe that's like a sign of him telling me, like, listen to your mom, go see her doctor.
Okay. Has your mom been suggesting that you go see somebody else or like her doctor or something?
Yeah, she's been asking me to go see her PCP instead of my PCP. Just go over there. Her doctor's good. Go listen to, because they told me he doesn't seem to listen sometimes, and because I'm on all these medications.
Yeah, I feel like there's a big disconnect between you and your physician right now. You guys really are not on the same wavelength. They're talking the same language. So I think by my light keeps going on and off. So I'm going to say that that's a big yes.
And unfortunately, it seems like ever since, and I have back problems. I have a collapsed disc and a nerve damage, and I need surgery, but I'm putting it off. But ever since I got on pain medicine, it seemed like he looked at me in a different light.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's like it's rude. Like, I'm not an addict. Like, I'm on pain medicine because I need it and I don't want to get surgery. But to me, he's looking at me in a whole different, like it's even rude to me.
Right.
And I did reach out to him, and I sent him a message, and I'm like, don't be rude to me. I'm not an addict. Don't treat me like this.
Right. So that's where this disconnect is kind of coming in, is because the thought processes between the two of you are not aligning, right?
Yeah.
So this is where finding somebody else who understands or has the same values as you is going to help you get through this process much easier.
Yeah.
I'm also hearing acupuncture. Have you tried acupuncture?
No, my sister has, and I don't think it really worked for her.
Huh, okay. But I'm just hearing acupuncture could give you some relief. It may not cure you. It may not, it's not going to maybe fix the problem for you per se.
Yeah.
But it's going to give you some relief, and it's going to shift some things for you, so that you can actually focus on the task ahead. Because what I'm being shown is there's so much going on combined with the pain and the different medications that it's really hard to kind of focus on what it is that you need to do next and the path forward that you need to take.
Yes. Yep. I totally understand.
Okay. Perfect. Is there anything else I can answer for you this evening?
No, I think think that was enough. That's a lot. Thank you.
Okay, you're very welcome. I hope you have a wonderful evening.
You too. Thank you so much for your time and being patient with me.
Oh, you're very welcome. Have a great evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Next, we have Angela in Houston, Texas. Good evening, Angela,
Hi.
and welcome to Your Time to Shine. Hello.
Good evening.
How are you?
Well, yourself?
I'm good, thank you. What can I do for you this evening?
I would like maybe an overall reading. I don't know what you pick up, what you can get. I don't know how you read. I would like to know what's going on with the situation that I have currently. But mostly, I would like to know if you can pick up anything in regard to my love life.
Okay. Perfect. Let me see what I can. I'm going to just take a minute here and ask your loved ones and guides and see what they come up with, and I'll be right back with you, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Angela, are you currently in a relationship right now?
I am seeing someone. It's very new, but
okay. What they're showing me is that this person may not be the right one for you. Are you feeling that already?
no, not really. I mean, I really like him. He seems to really like me. I think he has some trust issues. I think his past relationship wasn't very good. And I think he's just kind of, he's told me himself, I really like you. I want to dive in with my eyes closed. I'm just scared, basically. But when we are together, he's great to me. He's great to me. I just kind of don't know what this whole hesitation, is about. I mean, I know it's not about me, but still,
I'm just what I'm picking up and what I'm being shown is the two of you really aren't aligned. And that's something that will start showing up for you to show you that this isn't the relationship for you. That might be kind of hard for you to hear right now, especially with it being so new. But there are some things that are going to start popping up for you that are going to be red flags. So when those happen, don't just kind of push them aside and say, oh, I'm just, I'm being too hard on him. I'm being too hard on myself. Right. So don't discount the red flags. Like stop and think about them and figure out why those are coming up for you as red flags. I'm being shown that he may not be ready or be able to truly open his heart to you or anyone else right now. I feel like it's pretty, his heart's pretty closed. It's protected. And so because it's so protected, he's not really allowing anybody to get very close to him. And I think over time, that could be frustrating for you. Angela, are you still with me?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry. I don't know if you heard me. I said okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm being shown and I hear that there is somebody out there for you. So don't give up. There is somebody really fantastic for you. They're just showing me that this person is not the one yet. Does that mean you need to go out and break up with him or get rid of him? No, that's not what I'm saying. Just be open to the signs and listen to your gut, because you have really good gut instinct. And so you need to trust in that. Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Did you have another question that you wanted me to answer?
Yes. What about my career? What about my financial situation?
What they're showing me is you've got some good things. You've got some good things coming up. Are you looking to dive into like a bigger job? It's like it's within your job, within your current company, but I feel like you're going to get a promotion, or maybe you're shifting or changing into something different that's going to bring in a little bit more money. And so they're very excited about that. Your loved ones on the other side. So I don't know if you are looking at a possible, shift, like going from your current job to maybe a manager or a director or, something like that. But that's the kind of shift that they're showing me, is that you're going to be raising up and elevating into something else.
Okay, nice. Yes. I think I'm up for a review, and
okay.
I know the people at my job I know they like me, and I know they like my work ethic, and I'm just kind of waiting for that review to see what's going to come from that.
Excellent. That's perfect. Yes. That is awesome. Angela, we are coming down to the last few seconds of our show, so I have to say goodnight. I want to thank you for calling in, and I hope it's all been helpful for you.
Thank you, it has. I greatly appreciate your time, and thank you for telling me that. I promise you I'm going to keep my eyes open, look for those spots, and not ignore what I see.
Perfect. Best of luck to you, Angela. Have a great night.
Thank you. Same to you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, that does it for me, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you'd like to have a personal one-on-one reading with me, please reach out to me at wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. We'll see you next week.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network. and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D. Lady D. Live from LadyDPsychicParties.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Astrology and Psychic Reading on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. I'm your host for this segment, Lady D. I hope you've all had an amazing week ahead. So we are going through our second week here of Mercury retrograde. So this has been our first week that's happened this week. So I hope that's all been treating you quite well. We do have with the planets, we're still dealing with the conjunction of Venus and Jupiter. So alone, that conjunction could be quite positive. It's about hearing something from the past or someone from the past, or someone being on your mind a lot, or hearing some sort of news. But it is Mercury retrograde, so it could be like mixed things. But not only that, we do have them squaring. So I said that transit by themselves would be quite positive, but it is they're actually squaring Mars, and it's also squaring Uranus. So I know we had that yesterday and today. Yesterday for me was a very interesting day, especially trying to get home from an appointment last night where I came into took me 2 hours to get home and ended up with someone crashing into the back of my car, but my car's okay, which is good. So it's of course a lot of frustration, and I know for myself it was very hard to keep my anger under control having those squares to those two planets. But then by tomorrow we will have Mercury, which will stop being square with Mars, which will make things sort of be a little bit more lighter. Won't be getting as frustrated. And then on the 12th, we're going to have Venus, which is going to stop being in square to Uranus, which also I feel like is going to make the energies a bit more lighter up. As the positive aspects are going this week, we do have a try with Mercury and Chiron. That's going to be some sort of healing taking place. There's something that's caused you maybe on your mind or communication that's really caused you a bit of issues here, but giving some sort of healing with that. And they've also got on the 14th a conjunction with Mars and Jupiter. That conjunction by themselves will be quite positive, quite make you feel more proud, more feeling more like a strength about yourself, feeling more confident about yourself. But then we are got a square with Saturn. So Mars and Jupiter will be squaring Saturn. It's already doing it this beginning even today. It's squaring, but they will come together. So as they come together, the energies are going to get stronger and stronger. So you might be still feeling quite positive with that transit, but with that square coming up, there could be problems with your ego, problems with your anger. So there could have, but with Jupiter there, it would help in some way as well. So it's going to be a mixed bag. And we've still got that Mercury retrograde. Time we come back here next Friday, Mercury actually will be going into Leo. So that's going to be dealing with egos there. And I guess things that have been going a bit haywire would be things to do at the moment. It's more about that communication and wanting things to be precise and perfection. It may not happen. I know for myself, putting my makeup on today, I was getting quite frustrated. Anyways, let's go to the caller. So just bring up my chat. So let's go. So we've got Trina here. She is from Indiana, in America. So hi Trina. How are you?
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm good. How can I help you today?
So I have a question about my job currently. I'm not kind of happy with it because I feel like certain people don't want me in the position that I'm in, but they had no other choice to put me in that position. Should I feel that way, or should I get something different, or how should that go?
Is this about your job, your work? Okay, let's have a look. Okay.
Like, yeah.
I feel like it's a bit, they're being pushy. I feel like I'm just hearing like pushy, like they're pushing you around, or there's just being pushy. I feel like you're being quite lenient. You're really trying and to like, I feel like trying to fit in. But I just feel like people around you, like I kind of feel like they're a little bit overbearing and just being quite pushy around you as well. I feel like you are quite a strong person. I feel like you don't want to leave necessarily, like wanting to leave this workplace. I feel like there is like a little unsure and question marks happening around you. I feel like the thing about October, I'm hearing October, so I feel like there's something about either you're waiting till October or you're seeing if the dust settles around October. I feel like I do feel like in around I'm going to say around 7 months, there could be a change of job coming up for you, or a new opportunity or new contract coming up for you as well. I also see you wanting at some point also wanting to go back to like school, like to study something as well to help you climbing the ladder. I feel like there's a lot that you can do as well, but I just feel like at the moment you're very stuck. Like you're very unsure, but you're also very stuck. Are you like admin? What do you do for your work?
I'm a team lead.
What do you do?
Like a warehouse thing.
Oh, so you like warehousing work? You're not staying in that work. I don't see you staying in that kind of work. I see you wanting to like climb a ladder here, but you're also wanting, but I feel like there's like studying for you to climb a ladder. I see you more in like an office work that I see you in than warehousing. I feel like it's going to take you 2 years to get to where you want to go. I also feel like you have a very caring attitude as well, and you do want to make a difference. Where you also, the job that you've got now, I feel like you're getting a little bit bored. Like I feel like you can do it very easily. I do feel like there's a sense of being quite social there too. But I feel like there's something about 7 months wanting to leave. But I'm also hearing like going back to school as well with you.
Okay. So it will be my choice to change my career, or do you see something? Because I feel that since they could have the power to do what they want to do, they could do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like they like to trick you. I feel like that there's, like I said, there's someone like that's bossy around you, like they're trying to like boss you around. But I feel like there's a part of you that doesn't want to leave. But there's also something about like October, but I also get like 7 months for you in getting a new contract. But I also feel like it's also to do with the type of work that you're in. Like you get sort of like bossed around, I don't want to say mistreated, but I feel like there's a hierarchy where you are on the ladder. And I feel like that's also got to do with where you are. It's like where you work, it's not safe, meaning I don't mean like physically safe, I'm meaning as in like the way perhaps like the way you're treated, like I guess there's different laws in different countries. Like here, there's certain things that can't be done. If it's done, you can be in a lot of trouble. But I think where you are, like they think they can just, I don't know if there's what the rules are or what the law is over there, but I just feel like they it's like they have more power. So I feel like where you're going to go, but this is where the study comes into it, where you're going to be in a job that's more secure, it's going to be more stable. I do feel like you are wanting to help people. And I do feel like I feel like more for like an office kind of work. Like it's an office that you're going to be working in, and the energy is very different. And the energy is it's more stable. People are more courteous to each other, and they there is a hierarchy, but there's also a ladder for you to climb. And I just feel like it's a completely different thing than what you're doing now. But I also feel like with you too, like to get to where you got to go, it's like you're going to have to do the work. Because I feel like you are scared, but you do get quite comfortable too.
Right. Yeah.
Because I feel like if I'm saying study, I feel like maybe I don't want to study, or it's going to be like hard work, but I feel like you're going to enjoy it, but you need this, is what I feel like. And this could be something you've looked back on and is it go? I feel like this is about a goal. I mean, you're definitely leaving this place. I just put some cards out. But definitely leaving here. And it will be time for you to go. And I do see that there's a new contract for you, but it's about you taking that next step. And I do feel like once you decide to do that, you will be happy. I feel like at the moment, though, what you're going to be doing is very limited in where you're going, in what you can have. But there's also a power struggle there at your work. I just feel like they can mistreat you. So you have to do what they say, and there's no I don't feel like there's anything that's gonna stops them. If that makes sense.
Okay. So would this be this current what you see me doing the office work, would it be in the area that I'm in, or somewhere different, like living wise?
I feel somewhere different. I do see a removal truck, so I do feel like it's somewhere different. I am drawn to more city area for you. Whatever you're going to be doing, it might even be doing where you're able to help people as well. But I do get office though, so maybe I'm just I don't know if it's like casework or support, but it's like you're able to help people too. But whatever this job is, you need to go back to school and study it though. And it's about new opportunities for you. And you're going to be happy though. It's going to be like a relief.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because I just sometimes don't feel like the place that I'm at is for me. I feel like they could just do whatever they want to do and tell me where to go. And, people need money to pay bills, so I got to do it. But I'm unhappy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's hard work. It's not going to be easy, but you'll get through it. But you've got to make those decisions. It's a hard decision for you to make, but I feel like you need to do it to be able to move further in your career. But it's something completely different what you're doing now. I don't see you in that area for forever, or for the rest of the year. But thank you for calling in today.
Thank you.
Okay. So I hope everyone has an amazing week ahead. If you want to contact me, you can. My website is Lady D Psychic Parties. My Facebook page is also Lady D Psychic Parties. My Instagram is Lady DS Psychic, and my TikTok is Lady D Psychic, and my YouTube is Lady D. If not, you look up Danielle Psychic. I hope you all have an amazing week, and I will see you same time, same place next week. So bye for now.
Welcome, I'm LJ, and this is Raven Gale Tarot on A1R Psychic Radio. To reach me directly, go to ravengale.com. That's RAVENGAYLE.com.